All right, we're back for Red Skies. Session 35. Somehow this year we've made it every single Tuesday. Somehow, some way. I don't know how yet. But we'll continue as long as we can. Last time on the high seas, although you guys really haven't been playing the high seas, you've been mostly running around the city. You guys ran around the city. First, you fought some guards in a warehouse, where you then found two people were captured. And from the way the discussion went and what they told you, it sounded like they were going to get shipped upriver in some fashion at some point. You also discovered a barrel full of blue-green spheres, squishy spheres, about the size of a grapefruit, that you're pretty sure is or are the eggs of the sea devils. Taking those, you also looked through a bunch of the warehouse cargo, thinking that you would take it. I'm not sure why you went through it, but I mean, part of it was to find the eggs, but after that, you could have stopped. But anyway, you mentioned that maybe there was something more nefarious going on with the cargo, but Sev didn't seem to think that was the case. Like maybe the guy was working it out, but he did mention that he could, we would have to see. He didn't know where the landlord lived, but he was going to find out. And so during that time, while he was trying to find out, you decided to go take the eggs to the Temple of Inari, where you spoke again with Melora, showed her the eggs. It seems a few of them are getting close to being ready to hatch. And after that, you noticed as Hylough was swimming in the pool that a shark was in there with him. It turns out that shark was actually one of the priestesses. Turns out they can turn into sharks. Who knew? You certainly didn't until that time. After that, you hatched upon a plan to potentially take the eggs, or at least go speak with the sea devils that were known to still be in the bay based on Melora's discussions or talks with the dolphins that live in the bay. And that is kind of where we left off. I don't know if you guys have necessarily come up with the exact plan you want to do, so that's where we'll start.
Well, we wanted to get the other eggs too. Like, did we get the other ones that were upriver or whatever?
You haven't gone upriver, no.
We kind of thought that it would be best to just go ahead and give them what we got and go from there.
Yeah, that's what.
Fair enough.
I'd like a short rest or something,
Well, you're going to have to, like I said, at the end of last time, you were waiting an hour anyway, because the priestess needed an hour. Before she could turn back into
Very useful.
A shark. So you do have an hour if you so desire. Take a short rest.
So the swimming thing won't help with a long rest if we didn't do the swim thing?
Well, yeah, that's true. I didn't take when I swam, I didn't take my long rest.
But if you had already swam before and gotten a long rest, you were not able to do so.
Okay, but I have not, so I can do the swim thing.
Maybe.
Okay, I will just try it.
When I swam, what happened? I got out.
Depends. Did you ask if you could swim?
Yes, of course. I actually asked before I go in. I don't want to be eaten by a shark.
Swim if that's okay, and they're like, "Yeah, that's fine." So I did.
Did she say it's okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
I'm just giving you guys crap.
Okay.
Because you guys trying to get a long rest for free.
Well, yeah. I mean,
no, that's fine. You guys go in and you go swimming, and you gain the benefit of a long rest, too.
Okay.
I will remind you that the water goddess is a fickle, chaotic creature.
Yes.
So
that's why I wondered if it was a good idea.
Be a little
I'm
careful.
Hoping to only do it the once.
Well, yeah. And thank the water goddess.
I don't know Someone tried goddess. To do it twice.
Well, I didn't know. It felt really great. I got it just too early is what I got.
All right. So you guys spend an hour. Let me bump this up by an hour because time does matter. What do you guys do?
Because they're going to hatch. Has she come back?
After a little before you guys are done with your short rest, because she started hers before yours, the priestess does come back. Melora is still out there the whole time. But she's not training anything. She's just sitting out there in the pool. Every now and then, her feet in the pool. Every now and then, she looks at the little eggs, and you see her kind of stare off in space for a bit. She doesn't really try to engage any of you, though, unless you try to engage her during that.
Yeah, I'll try to engage her. I'll ask her about. They mentioned there's a shipwreck down in that area, and maybe if she knew anything or
shipwreck down in what area?
It was down
right into something that I have no clue.
Oh well, where they're harvesting the fish and where we suspect the eggs came from. The archaeologists looking for a wreck out there. The legendary in that shelf.
Oh,
you know what I'm about? I mean, it's more small talk than anything else.
Yeah,
but
I understand. But I was trying to remember what the heck you're talking about because I don't even remember right now. Yeah, you mentioned something about the Devil Shoals, and she's like, "Oh yeah, there's many wrecks from there. It's a very shallow place with lots of storms coming in from the west. Easily can blow you into them if you don't know your way around."
So, I can't remember the sea goddess's name. Does she?
Anari.
This is Anari. Is that she can be random? Does that please her or not please her with people on the waves?
Are you pleased when you step across the grass and destroy portions of the blades? Are you pleased?
If I'm the grass, I don't.
Are you though? Such things are beneath her.
Okay. That's what I wondered.
Not her purview, but
I would like to stay on her good side and learn more about her, especially as we're going to have a ship, and it seems like a very good idea to know the goddess of the sea.
She's fickle. I mean, but she's not the one for storms. That is name of that goddess already, because it's been one of those days. Ascetics. She is very, very chaos personified. But she's just a handmaid of Inari. No, I'm sorry. Vaseda is a handmaid of the goddess of air. My bad. But Vaseda is the one that's more. She's the goddess of storms and chaos.
She's goddess of storms. I'll have to look into that. Oh, speaking of which, of storms, can you tell me anything about this? And show her this axe.
You're gonna have to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I can't show it. Okay, you have to show it to her.
You have to give me a wisdom saving throw.
I shall do that.
You take it out, or you go to take it out, and you realize that you didn't actually take it out. I mean, you even start to say, "Can you take a look at this?" And you realize you haven't taken it out. And it's actually really kind of difficult for you. Like you do pull it out eventually, and then you kind of say, "Could you look at this?" But even when you kind of have her try to look at it, you do not let go of it.
Okay. There's something wrong with this. Can you help me? I mean, knowing all this, is there anything you can do?
She just looks at it briefly and says, "It's a piece of black metal. I don't know what to tell you." I mean, it's a very strange metal, but metal's not what I do. That's a Linari or a wizard's thing. This isn't for me.
But do you handle curse, like cursed treasure, or this was found by the sea? Perhaps it's something.
This does not look like any kind of cursed treasure I've seen. Quite frankly, you'd probably want to talk with the gods of pirates and things like that, but I don't even know who
Yeah.
they are.
Oh well. I'll never roll the 20 again to be able to talk about it again, so that's okay. Yeah, definitely cursed.
It's 100% cursed.
Okay.
Praedyth will make small talk with her about just, about the setup she's got going on over here.
What
kind of setup you got going on
really
over
have
here?
a setup. I mean, people come in and ask for boons and provide offerings in return. Pretty much it.
Minimalistic, okay.
The sea goddess, the sea mother provides. If we do not see anyone for several days, we just the sea goddess provides us with sustenance.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, you definitely get the feeling that there's nothing really
Like
written
they don't
down
do
or
anything
anything
special
like that. Yeah.
outreach programs or anything like that.
No, they're not really. They're
going out to preach the word or anything.
Nope. They're very much maybe they do. Maybe it's just she's not, because that's just not what she does.
You have any missionaries? Anybody going out into the world? Or do you guys just stay here?
I had another apprentice once, another priestess once. She left. She has not returned.
Doesn't seem exactly kind of the same concept, but okay.
People who worship the goddess, the sea goddess, do so because their livelihood depends upon it. Fishermen, sailors, all of these people come to our temple at times. But the goddess doesn't truly. I mean, I'm sure she hears them, but she would rather they seek out their own destiny, seek out their own way in the world. But she is very flexible.
Flexibility is key. You kind of lose her for again as she kind of looks at the eggs for a little bit. Anybody else doing anything? The hour arrives, and the other priestess comes back, and she looks at you guys, and Lena comes back, and she looks at you too. Looks in your direction, and she says, "Come, we must let us go find these sea devils, you call them." And she does a nice little dive into the water.
Yeah, that is what.
And about halfway through her dive,
they have another name.
About halfway through her dive, she turns into a shark, and a tiger shark, and into the water.
Yeah, I try that. I don't turn into anything, and I don't dive very well.
You can give me a dexterity check, but you're not going to be able to.
It's not my thing to dive, man. I'll jump in. Well, actually, I guess we have to go in. So how are we going to breathe? We do need to determine that. We talked about, I was going to use the stone.
Yeah, well, Rhux already cast his channel divinity.
Right, but his is 24 hours.
Yeah. Mine, I think, is it
it's him
an
plus
hour?
3 others. Stone of water breathing is 1 hour.
But yeah, I'm much less.
So 4, we have 5 out of 7?
Well,
right?
Dresd'a can already breathe underwater.
Oh, okay. 5. Okay, so 6. So we just got 1 left over.
You're assuming. You're making an assumption about something.
I am that the number of players is correct.
Oh, there are 7 players, but you're making a different assumption.
That everybody wants to go down.
Yeah.
Well, that's that too.
Also, it'll only take us an hour to find her for Marcus anyway. If we take something, can we take a boat out? I guess we got to follow her. I mean,
should have thought of that an hour ago, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we just go with what we got.
Now a good time to mention that I'm not a very strong swimmer.
Oh, but if Rhux gives you the thing, you gain a swim speed equal to your walking speed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be the one. Actually, I should probably just stay. If I can only breathe underwater, unless someone's going to pull me, because my speed doesn't go up with the water breathing.
No, all it gives you is the ability to breathe. That's it.
Yeah. So Marcus just may stay here, and I'll play Dresd'a. Because I'll just slow you down. Unless we take a boat out there. But again, y'all just go.
Well, you don't see a boat around here.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. We screwed this up. So you guys go. I'll be here when you get back. Hey. Otherwise, you'll be moving at like 10 feet versus your 30 feet.
Well, all right. But Iylis is still correct. You guys are one short of water breathing. So you're still going to have to give somebody the stone.
You're going to get the stone too.
You have Rhux,
well, you still have the problem
plus 3 and Dresd'a. That's 5 people. Plus the stone. So that would be 6 people. So somebody would still have to do the stone, which is still only breathing underwater. And
yeah, which is the problem with the stone. So I guess we just go 4 people in Dresd'a. Who else doesn't want to go? Dresd'a won't go.
Well, I mean, I can stay up. I'm not particularly good underwater.
Oh no, I guess I don't know how that does mix. Well, technically, according to what the divinity thing says, it's 1 plus 3. It's 1 plus 3, so it's 4. But it doesn't say it has to be me as one of the
you're
targets.
correct. It doesn't say it has to be you.
So I can give it to everyone else because I can breathe for 15 minutes.
That's 15 minutes.
Are you just going to do the whale thing and
yes,
surface?
I'll just do a whale.
All right.
That's where Marcus the extra one was from. You're correct, Al.
Yeah. Marcus will just stay here because there's no way that he can keep up. Like we didn't plan well.
Well, I mean, you do have a swim. You do have the ability to swim. It's just half your movement speed.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to slow us down substantially.
That depends on how far away these things are.
Right.
But I bet Rhux is a good swimmer. He could probably tow you along. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Marcus is good staying. Y'all just go.
Okay.
All right. So you guys head off into the water, following after this tiger shark. You head through the bay, and your speed. Let's see here. I believe a tiger shark is a little bit faster than you guys, so you're going to be limited by your 30 feet per round, kind of thing. Sure.
We double move, right? So it'd be 60 feet.
Right, but they get to double move too.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We gave Rhux the stone, right?
Well, nobody needs the stone if Marcus doesn't go, right?
Well, if we give Rhux the stone, then he has a swim speed
then
already.
he's fine. Yeah,
and
you can take the stone.
And he's got an hour.
Yeah, he can speed. So Rhux gets the stone.
All right.
Are you okay with me playing Dresd'a?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or we could leave Dresd'a behind and I'll play, but Dresd'a can breathe underwater, so that makes no sense. I'll just talk like this.
I'm just trying to find.
Son the bitches. What? Don't be sexist. I don't know what's more sexist, you laughing or me trying to be mocking with my accent.
Go.
Actually, I do know which is more sexist. I just don't admit it.
All right, yeah. So she can swim at 40 feet, so she can do 80 feet. You guys can do 60. So you're limited by your 60 feet. So
I
you
can
guys
give 2 people. I think. Go ahead, and I'm looking up something real fast.
Dive into the water and follow after her. The shark kind of meanders a bit, and kind of continues, in sort of a coming out. You're sort of going in a westerly direction or southwesterly direction. Sorry, kind of meanders a bit, and then it kind of curves up towards what you think is probably more like a northwesterly direction, or maybe even just a straight up west direction. You get the feeling as you guys are going that actually it would be, I guess it's still going to be southwesterly. So she's coming out from here and heading southwest.
So Marcus is going to give Longstrider the Dresd'a, and who else wants the other one? It lasts an hour. It just bumped your speed up by 10.
I guess the question I would ask is, why would you even do that? Because unless you give it to everybody, you don't.
Well, I guess
help anyone.
I have 2 spells, and why not?
Use them on the
You're still
fight.
limited by the slower people and the slowest person on this.
No,
The slowest person here
yeah,
is,
I definitely
is
get
going
that.
to be like, if you give it to Praedyth, sure, because he's only got a 25.
Well,
So
then
that
yeah,
would
give it
help
to
us.
Praedyth.
But everybody else, you're still limited by the slowest person. So. Anyway,
Okay, well, I'll give it to Praedyth and Dresd'a. They last an hour. I've got 2 slots.
Praedyth has Curse of Long Legs.
all right. Check it out. You're gonna make me have to look something up. Why?
Sorry. Well, take it off. I didn't mean to make it hard. I just thought
Because
I've
I
got
have to
2
check
slots. So
what's going on with it?
oh,
I have to actually look at what the spell does.
it just moved your speed up by 10.
Yeah,
It's very ambiguous.
I need to look it up because.
For example, would that help flight?
Uh-huh.
Probably shouldn't, but it would.
Strider.
Did it not show up in the thing?
Oh, it did, but usually
Okay,
there's
you
other
need more.
things. Note you can also cast it just once at second level, 2 people.
I don't have a second level slot. I'm only first level bard.
This is by 10 feet. Which means I have to actually look it all the way up because.
Okay, I won't do it. It's not.
Well, no, it's because it's so ambiguous. I don't know if it affects
know.
swim speed or not.
Yeah, it just says all. It just says move. Like I said, what about flight? Would it affect flight?
There we go. All right, so you guys, I don't know why I'm going over this anyway, because it really doesn't matter. You can still only go 30 feet maximum, or 60 feet per round anyway. Anyway, over the next, let's see, how far is this? Over the next, about 25 minutes or so, you guys kind of follow the shark, and the water gets a bit deeper and deeper, and a little bit more. That's what I'm looking for. A little less bright down there because it's getting. You feel at this point in time you're maybe about 40 feet underwater, maybe 35 feet, 40 feet underwater. As you continue to sort of head in the southwesterly direction, and about this point, it kind of occurs to you: why is the shark going in this particular direction? What does she know that you guys don't? Or it's sort of a little thing here where maybe you should have asked some more questions. But you continue going in this direction for another 15 minutes until you start to notice that ahead of you there seems to be a dark hole. As the cliffs come down into the bay here, you can see that there's sort of near the bottom. As you're kind of going along here, you can see you've actually started to come up a little bit because you're hitting the side of the bay. So you're now maybe about 30 feet underwater, and you can see a hole in the cliffs underwater. And as you're kind of getting a little bit closer, you notice that there are 3 sea creatures, not sharks. Especially as you get a little closer, you notice that they seem to have spears of some sort, kind of swimming around in front of said hole, tunnel, cave entrance, whatever you want to call it. What do you guys want to do? You could just barely make these guys out. So you're probably 100 feet, 120 feet away from them. It's hard to tell because of the murkiness. Well, it's not murky, but with the water. But you can see them about 120 feet. You're not sure if they can see you yet. The shark continues to go towards them, but I'm giving you guys the opportunity to do. What do you guys want to do?
I'm trusted this shark. Seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I might cast light on a rock or something.
Well, I mean,
as we go down.
Well, I mean, you can see here. It's just you're
Okay.
underwater.
It's not as good.
Yeah, you just don't see as well. The sunlight is coming through from above. You're only 30 feet down.
Okay.
So it's not like you're, but 30 feet down is still enough that the water is a little, I mean, everything is very blue tinted.
Yeah.
And it's a little harder. Like your sight falls off faster because you're basically looking through more and more water. That's all. Light isn't going to help you very much in this case, is where I'm going. You guys continue going forward until you reach the edge of the thing. And I will add you two here in a second. I've forgotten to do that.
Can I prepare a defensive action?
Yeah, I was just thinking, I've got a sanctuary loaded as
Right.
Dresd'a.
I'm putting you on, but you're not quite this close yet. So relax.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I gotta eventually put you on. To,
I was all I saw was black, and then okay, cool.
okay.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. I am under the water.
Yeah, you're not quite
Please
this
help
close
me.
yet. You're not quite this close yet. So, all right. So you guys get to within about 60 feet, and you notice the creatures. Clearly, they're Sahagin, sea devils, whatever you want to call them. Become alert and kind of come into a formation, kind of similar to what you were in front of the cave entrance.
Present the eggs. Where's the eggs? Who's got the eggs?
No one said they brought
Oops.
the eggs. They're still in the pool.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. We definitely had
They're
them.
still in the pool.
No way.
No one said they brought their eggs. They're still
fine.
in the pool. I mentioned multiple times Melora staring at the eggs and looking away, and no one ever said, "Hey, we're going to gather them up so we can take them with us."
Okay.
All right, well, let's turn around and go back.
Oh, let's go back. Like,
Oh, we're kind of there.
You can turn around and go back. I mean, these
Yeah,
guys have
I
got
guess
the-
we,
yeah.
I guess we turn around and go back and get the eggs and go back out.
all right.
Because
So
yeah, otherwise we're
you guys turn around as we roll initiative because you're encroaching upon their space, and the first spear comes flying in you.
Dadgummit, I don't want to fight them.
I don't mind
You
fighting them,
You don't
but
have to fight them. You can try to run away.
Well, let's try to run away.
In which
Let's
case,
try to run
then
away.
we'll do a skill check base, and we won't worry about initiative.
yeah, let's do some skill check then.
Also note that in about 15 minutes, Praedyth loses his extra 10 feet.
Is extra what?
His 10 feet. He will slow down.
Oh.
So you guys turn around and start trying to swim away as fast as possible. The shark that you were following seems a bit confused, like as it starts swimming around near the Sahagin. And let me roll a d20. Let me do this real quick. Spear comes flying. Wow. Okay, a spear does come flying and hits something. That's crazy. That was unexpected. So there are
It was like
what,
crit, wasn't it?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, hold on. No, actually, no spear comes flying because you got within 60 feet. And I think the spear is 30 feet.
Actually, I may have a plan.
Spear is 30 feet. So I think you're fine.
We could just talk to them and say that we have the stuff, and then we come back with it later.
Or drag one back with us.
Hear me out. When did we learn how to talk to them?
Maybe the shark can talk to them.
Well, that's what we were hoping.
Yeah,
but-
spear's only 20 feet. So nope, they do not throw it at you. So ignore that. What just happened? They try to start chasing after you. What are you guys doing?
Let's let them chase after us. Let's just keep them, draw them back into the pool so they can find the eggs.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
not optimal,
Not with
but
that plan.
Yeah, like I mean, try to swim away, and if we lose them, we lose them.
All right. So
if you don't-
everybody give me an athletics check.
Woo! I'm swimming.
crap, I can't do it for Dresd'a. Hang on, let me log out. Can I log out and log in to be Dresd'a?
Yeah.
You'd
but
be
I'm just
able
gonna
to.
Just roll Dresd'a right now is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, she's just a +2 on her. I'll be right back.
All right. What do we got here? We got Aaron, Hylough, Rhux, Iylis, Praedyth. All right. So you guys all at least are swimming okay. The problem you have here, guys, is that they can swim faster than you guys can. So in 6 rounds, they're gonna actually not even that. In 3 rounds, they're gonna catch up to you. In 2 rounds, they're gonna get to a point where they can throw spears. I mean, it's very clear after the first 6 seconds that they can swim faster than you guys can.
Man,
So, do you wish to continue to try to swim away, or
Yeah, it sounds like we either have to fight or drag them back.
yeah.
Let's get them away from their.
Well, yeah, we can keep going
From
as far
there.
as we can, but they're
Yeah,
going to
let's-
catch us.
Yes, let's do that.
all right? So,
Let's keep.
I'm along with the plan of just dragging them back.
But if they catch up to us, and
all right. So,
well, let's just see how they do. Okay.
next round. So we're gonna not doing initiative here just because it's basically you and then them. So next round they close the gap another 20 feet. So the following round they can actually throw spears if they want. It will be within range. You guys give me another athletics check because you've been swimming for 45 minutes. So
45 minutes.
Hylough's doing great though.
I'm doing great.
But he's not. Aaron needs some help.
Aaron's lagging
All
behind.
right, so Aaron, starts to lag a little bit behind, which means he becomes the target next round. So the next round, they have closed within 20 feet.
Anybody asked? That was tactical.
There you go. You're
only,
just a bait.
only one throws a spear at you, Aaron. So let me get a.
But if they throw a spear,
Yeah,
can
I
they
know.
also swim?
Well, they can one set of their stuff. Yes, that's why I said
Well-
only one throws their spear at you.
It's probably just like moving on land. I mean, it's
Yeah.
you get move and shoot. But yeah,
Same thing.
can we speak underwater? By the way,
Those of you who have a water breathing, yes.
okay, so like you can cast spells, you can do verbal components.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So this spear misses you, Aaron. And the other two continue to close. And actually, though, the other two make it to the point where they're within melee range with you. So if we were to kind of start to put this out a little bit, one guy is still back about 20 feet. The other guy has kind of caught up with you, Aaron. You right here. Here. The other two have kind of caught up. So they're within melee range. If you try to start going away, they will. Unfortunately, I can't move you guys beyond this because there's a thing. So I guess now at this point in time, what are you guys going to do next? If you're going to actually fight them, then I need to actually do an initiative.
I mean, I think we're going to have to fight them. I mean, there's no.
Well, no, we could try to talk to them or whatever. We could try to reason. Whoa! We got the eggs. We got your row.
But they didn't understand us. That was unless the shark person can do
Well,
that.
the shark person has been swimming towards you as well, but
Okay.
You guys haven't.
Well,
you guys just
yeah.
immediately
Let's
turned
ask
around
her.
and ran.
Say we need it. We didn't get the eggs. We need to lead them back to the eggs. Can you explain that to them?
Or
We're going into initiative.
No, I'm
Because-
not, but that's what you said. That's what I'm telling the shark person.
No, I
Yes.
understand. But how about we
Yeah,
wait
I
for
mean-
your actual turn in the order?
Oh, okay.
That's my point.
Cool.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
Yeah, we're going into initiative. Wow, that's some of the worst initiative rolls I've seen.
Yeah.
The sea
I
devils.
got this.
The sea devils were terrible.
what?
I
Oh,
got
Iylis.
this.
All right, so let us begin this combat with Praedyth. What do you wish to do, Praedyth?
Splish splash.
What does Praedyth wish to do? That's a great question.
It wishes to swim further away.
Is Praedyth
Remember,
next to somebody
Praedyth-
that can hurt Praedyth?
No, you're about 10 feet in front of them.
So
Aaron is the
I'm
only
gonna
one who's
lose.
right next to two of them.
Oh, this map is accurate. Okay, gotcha.
It's somewhat accurate
Well-
for now, but
I'm gonna move.
I mean, you're further away from the cave entrance in this.
I'll move my full move away, and I'm gonna ask the group. I guess, are we gonna fight these guys, or are we running? What are we doing? And then I will ready an action for if they answer we're fighting, I'll shoot. If they
You're
say
just
we're
doing
running,
one
I'll use my
movement.
action.
You're gonna do
Yeah, one movement,
and then ready. Okay.
and then ready my action. Where if they say we run, I'll move away.
All right,
Well,
so
I'll use the action to a
You
double
are
move, and then if they don't, I'll fight.
35 feet off of the edge of this since I can't.
Mhm.
All right. And you're ready in action. Dresd'a, what are you doing?
She really only has one spell slot, one spell at first level, huh?
She doesn't have any
Um,
spells. She
okay.
has bindings that allow her to do spells, but she doesn't have any spell slots. Not how it works.
Okay. So if I want to cast Sanctuary on Brian,
I don't think she has sanctuary.
it's on her sheet, but I don't know.
Yeah, but it might only be on there when she's got a certain person.
Okay.
Right now she has got Cora, and she has Hu Yi.
The archer probably, because that's who. I mean, makes more sense to be the military guy, but I know she's always got the archer on. So
Yeah, I'm just telling you that's what she's got.
Okay.
And Hu Yi does not give her sanctuary.
okay. So she will do defensive action. We didn't bring the eggs. We need to take them back to show them the eggs. So to leave. So, can you tell them this? I'm talking to our shark friend, and I'm doing defensive action,
Okay.
and I'm going to swim back, one move.
Yeah, it's Eckhart that has. No, even
Yeah,
Eckhart-
I'll look through it. I didn't
Even Eckhart
look at
doesn't
all
have it.
those.
I don't know why she says she. Oh wait, maybe she has sanctuary because of Infernal Legacy. Maybe. I don't see any.
I'll
reason
look
why
for
she
it. I
would
don't
have
know.
Sanctuary at all. To be quite frank
Okay.
about it, she doesn't really. There's nothing. Yeah, like none of her current ones give her that.
Okay.
None. Even the ones she doesn't have currently bound don't.
All I know is it's a spell on a sheet. So, but that's what she does.
She's put a lot of spells on her sheet that actually don't exist. She doesn't actually have. So.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe there's a reason. I don't know.
So, like, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff on there that doesn't actually.
Okay.
Like,
That's her defensive action. Swim away and tell everyone what I think we're doing.
okay. Oh, actually, she does have it under Eckhart. I finally found it. Twice a day, but 2 times a day. Any of these two of the spells she can do.
Okay.
There's a list. She can cast from it twice. So, but Eckhart is not.
She's not with them right now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. All right. So, how are you speaking to the shark? I'm asking just to make sure.
I am speaking in. She understood common, correct? Our
sure,
shark.
as a
This is our
priest.
shark friend.
Yeah, as a priest. She
Okay,
could,
but,
for sure.
I mean,
but you
I don't think
know.
she has any languages that would, or animal speak. I'll motion and do like hand motions as well, but that's all I can do.
Well, Cora.
Okay, Cora speak to the.
Read and understand Aquan.
Oh well, then yeah, she would do that. Okay.
Okay, so you tell the shark that in Aquan.
Yes,
Maybe
I'll
the
also
shark
try to
would
tell
understand it in common. You don't know. I mean.
Yeah, but I'll try Aquan first and then common.
Okay, that's what you do. Anything else? Bonus action? Anything?
Defensive action? No, that's it.
All right. So you spoke. Did you move?
I spoke. I moved 30 feet away. Let me move myself, and then defensive action
because you're already up against the thing. So I'm just.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Where does Hogwins go? So, you know who I don't have on here? Roll a quick d20. What I don't have on here is the priestess. So we'll just
we forgot the priestess.
We'll kind of throw her in here like that. There we go. I'll just add her. I totally forgot the priestess.
All right, I'm stepping away just a second to mess with the dogs.
All right, so the priestess will go after this guy. All right, so this one is the one that was further away. He will move the 21, 2, 3. Oops, 2. All right, so he had to have been further away. He would have to have been here. So he moves up and gets up to there. He doesn't have a melee weapon or spear anymore because he threw it, but he does try to bite you, claw at you. So that's what's going to happen now. And the first one clearly is a miss. He does get 2 attacks, one with his bite. He tries to bite you. That actually does hit, and you take a few points of damage. 4 points. All right, the reef shark, or the priestess, she kind of she hears what Dresd'a says, and then she kind of bumps into these 3 as she goes by. And you can see the all 3 of the Sahagin, or the Sea Devils, kind of look at each other for a moment and get confused. Or they don't get confused, but they look at each other. Rhux, you're up.
Where's Rhux in relation to everything?
You are about 10 feet in front of Aaron. So you're currently where you're at on the thing. Dresd'a and Praedyth have moved forward.
All right, Rhux will go here.
Uh-huh.
He will cast Shield of Faith.
Okay.
I meant to do it on Aaron. Which actually, he could do it himself. Shield of Faith.
And
he
can't do it on himself anymore. He doesn't have it.
Oh, I thought he has it. Doesn't he have it?
That was a warden.
Oh, maybe that was before when he was Paladin.
Yes.
My bad.
Oh,
I was thinking.
Maybe he does. I think he has. Also. But maybe he does.
Well, I got Shield of Faith.
Okay.
Either way, I Shield of Faith myself, and then cast do defensive action.
Cast defensive. Okay, we do a defensive action. All right.
Yes.
All right. Hylough.
No, that's not what I want.
Turn. I guess I'll move up here in a non-threatening way, as best I can. Holding my hands, whoa, and do defensive action.
Okay. Aaron, what do you do? Blood is in the water.
Oh, actually, no. I'm not going to move anywhere, but I will do a Shield of Faith. I'm going to target myself first. Now I shall do Shield of Faith on myself. And then I shall do a defensive action on myself.
Okay. All right. We get to another one of the Sahagins, one that is actually up next to you and had, well, not the one that bit you, but it came up. You kind of hear a bunch of clicks and sort of whistles, and then it backs off there. Oops. Why it's such a problem with? Oh, because I accidentally stopped.
I forgot to go for that. It's
All right, so. Oh, it's just not letting me focusing correctly. So we'll do this, and that'll focus him. All right, Iylis, your turn.
So the one guy is backing off,
One guy backed off.
and that's because of what
Not
the
sure
shark
why.
was saying.
You didn't hear the shark say anything.
Oh, okay.
You heard Dresd'a start speaking some strange language, and then say again in common basically what Marcus said, or what John said. And then you saw the shark. Well, you're busy swimming. So as far as you know, the shark then swam back, and now one has moved back.
I'm cool with being Marcus. He shoots crossbow better than me. So
I'm gonna cast Blur on myself,
Okay.
just in case. You never know, and I'm gonna keep swimming.
Okay. So you will be 30 feet off the board. Okay. Then we reach the next one, and he or it kind of looks around as well, and then swims up by the shark and sort of past it. And you hear clicks and whistles in the water again. And now we reach the top of the round. Praedyth.
does Dresd'a understand the language?
Nope.
Okay.
It does not.
Praedyth's not going to do anything. He's going to wait and see what they're doing because they're not attacking anymore. At least.
Oh, at least two of them aren't.
Well, yeah.
All right,
He's
Dresd'a.
probably just going to stay there.
What are you doing?
Dresd'a will do defensive action, motion for the people, and go half move, so 15 feet further away, and then look back and obviously, wanting the creatures to follow them.
Okay. This particular one bites at Aaron again. Told you blood is in the water. Sorry, Aaron, you get bit again.
Imagine getting bit.
Well, it should be disadvantage.
No, you have Shield of Faith on, not Sanctuary.
He did a
you're right.
defensive action too, he said, didn't he?
Yeah.
I can't do both, can I?
No,
Yeah,
No.
you can.
yeah.
It's Shield of
Shield
Faith.
of Faith
bonus.
may be an action.
Yeah,
wait,
Shield of Faith is a
no, I
bonus
thought it
action.
was. It is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no,
I'm
it
pretty
is.
sure
Okay,
it
yeah,
is.
The
then,
Faith is a bonus
it
action,
should
yeah.
be disadvantage.
All right.
I did the same thing he did. I did both.
Much better.
Breaks a tooth.
No. All right. He doesn't follow that up with a claw attack though, as the shark kind of comes around and kind of bumps into him again and comes past, and then reaches about, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 feet from you, Dresd'a. And in Aaron, you kind of hear they have been told
two of them say to follow them into the cave, and then it continues to swim.
Thank you. We're in your debt. We will follow. And then in common, I'll tell them.
Rhux.
Two of them have. Okay.
Does Dresd'a say what has been said?
Not yet. Gonna be one more round.
Okay.
The one definitely bit at Aaron again. The other two
I'll
backed
just
off.
move up, just to like impose a little bit, but another defensive action. That's it.
Okay. Hylough.
Yeah, I'm gonna yeah, I'm just gonna do I'm not on top of him, am I?
Nope.
Just defensive action right here.
Okay. Aaron.
All right. I'm just gonna defensive action again. Yeah, wait for everybody to move up. We can do our thing.
Want to disengage and swim away?
No.
That's interesting. Huh. Very interesting. All right, everybody's gonna refresh. Wow, that
looks less watery.
Oh,
well,
I
it's
can
because
see.
I pulled the top off, but it doesn't actually make it any easier to see the characters, though.
No,
That's what I was hoping.
And I like the water. The water was
No,
cool.
I'm going to put it back on.
I know. You were just seeing if it worked.
I
better.
was hoping
Better.
it would put it. I was hoping it would. The heck do I?
I mean, we can't. I can see better. There's just a lot going on in those plants.
If all the enemies had that red outline permanently, that would be sick.
Except that's what the selection is.
Yeah, I know.
The heck can I not?
Just do another thing for the selection.
Anyway, it is the other Hagwa instead of Hogwins. Suddenly, I cannot configure the map anymore. Interesting. It gives me a check. Intelligence check. Normal. All right. It backs away. Anybody gonna attack it?
No way.
No.
All right. So they have all backed away. It's very interesting that I suddenly can no longer. Anyway, Iylis, what are you doing?
Just keep swimming.
You're gonna swim away.
I'm gonna keep swimming. Yeah, I'm
All right.
continuing to swim. I'm heading for the eggs.
Full move.
Full throttle.
All right. That is another 60 feet. So Hylough just keeps on swimming like crazy. Oh, that's interesting. I bet you can't see any of the creatures now either.
No, I can. I can see the whole map.
If you select yourself, I bet you money you can't see anybody.
Oh, nope,
So
I can't. You're right. I can see
they actually keep
Praedyth.
the distance.
Yeah, the distance is
Dresd'a.
correct, so it's properly using your vision to see who.
Oh,
you
that's
can see
cool.
Based on
Nice.
it's actually up. It's not actually, but it's vertical height is what it is technically. Anyway, this one there's a bunch more clicks and whistles, and then we're gonna pop out of combat. It's because you guys aren't gonna.
Maybe do something smart so far.
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Go get the eggs.
we're 1-1 right now, I think. So
Iylis continues to swim.
I'll
Dresd'a,
try to call Iylis back.
what do you do?
I tell them that they said to follow those two. Told our guide to follow them, and so let's follow them. That's what she said, right?
Yeah, she said to follow them into the cave.
Yeah. So
All of them to our death.
possibly.
Yeah,
guys
I
doing?
wanted to get the eggs first. before
Well,
we
if
do
they said we're going in
even
there,
this.
Rhux will lead the way.
But we know where the eggs are, and they don't. So let's just they can kill us, and they still won't have the eggs. So
Yeah.
Rhux will lead the way.
All right. Well, this map is navigable, so they start.
Let's start swimming.
One of them heads in first. So here, I'm going to change you back to 0 and 0, Praedyth and Dresd'a, and you guys.
I think we should.
I like being 45 feet up in the air.
Do.
Yeah. All right. So you get into this first little area, and you see more of the sea devils.
And our shark's coming with us, right?
Yeah, the shark is still moving with you.
What was her name? It wasn't Mallory.
Lena.
Lena.
Melora is still back at the thing.
Melora.
So you guys get into here, and the other ones come up and start surrounding you. You hear clicks and whistles coming from them, but they start to surround you guys. And Dresd'a, you hear the shark kind of say, "Hold here; they will get someone."
Okay. Did we have a chance to bind the wound so nobody's bleeding? Was anybody bleeding? Who got hit?
yeah,
Aaron was
was
bleeding.
yeah, let's help Aaron not.
Let's heal him before we go.
Yeah, not to incite.
Well, who's going to do that?
That's what I'm asking. I don't have any healing, so
I mean, Rhux will do it.
Marcus is not
Rhux will
here,
do
so.
Rhux will do a medicine check. Is that fine?
No, it's well. Medicine check isn't going to heal him, but it will stop the bleeding. Sure.
yeah, stopping the bleeding is the main thing.
Yeah,
If all goes well, we won't need the health.
It's a waterlogged bandage, but you put it on there, and it seems to eventually slow it down and stop it. Kind of looking around in this particular initial chamber of this underwater grotto, you can see a little bit further in there is what looks to be some kind of strange bones of some strange creature. You can kind of see further down where there are some other sea devils feeding on what you're pretty sure are part of the Argent Watch. At least one or two of those guys.
Oops.
Yeah.
Take out.
These guys come in. All right. A few minutes later, or not even.
I'll just look to see, do they have anything? I mean, they're just Ardent Watch, nothing. How old does it look like the bodies are? The ones that they taken the other night?
I mean, you're looking at about.
I'm not touching them or anything. I'm just looking.
Of course, you're not touching them. They're way over in another chamber. You just can see them from where you're currently at.
Okay.
That's all.
Then never mind.
Yeah, you're not. You're clearly not touching them because they're in a different spot. After a moment or two, you see someone new come through, and you see someone familiar at the same time. So you see the big, huge four-armed guy behind some smaller creature. That creature is still nothing. It's definitely a sea devil, a Sahagin, but it's confusing to you because it doesn't look like the others. So let me bring this one up as a picture so you can actually see it. All right, it looks like this. Very pretty. As this creature gets a little bit closer, you see it gesture with its staff and make some things, and some glow happens, and then some bubbles and stuff kind of flow out of the staff and into its mouth, and after a moment it then and it says, "Who are you?" And you can see its mouth move in a really weird way, but it's speaking common.
Okay, so we can just talk. Anybody can talk to her. That's cool. Talk to it. We are newcomers of Orange and White, and we have had just arrived in the city last night when you attacked, and we have spent our day trying to find what it is you're looking for.
That, and you're saying some of that stuff, and the creature just says, "If you do not wish to be food, state your business quickly, concisely, clearly."
We found your row that you were, what we believe is your row. The eggs, the royal eggs that you were looking for.
They look at they kind of turn briefly and look up at the big guy with the forearms, who doesn't have a trident right now because that trident is currently in the hands of Rhux. But
hey, he tried to kill Dresd'a with it. I get to keep it.
You might want to give it back.
If he asks for it back, he can have it. But if he doesn't ask, he doesn't get it back.
Two of his forearms kind of close. The other two still have like those dual blade things on them, and in a very broken he says, "See, my plan work." and the other
He's
one,
not wrong.
The other one just shakes its head and turns back to you and says, "You say you have them? Describe them."
And they're about this size. They're about this big,
squishy.
They're blue green
on a squishy A.
Yeah, blue green, about this big. And
and where are they?
We left them with the what's her name?
Allura.
The protection of the sea goddess.
The protection of the sea goddess.
The priestess Mora.
Thank you. We left them there, and we wanted to come and offer you a piece, and we actually think that we might know. Well, anyway, we know where they are, and that's just.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Look, just to raise an eyebrow on that one.
So we might know who took them. That's what we might know. Yeah, we might know who took them, and we're going to try to bring them to justice.
The creature looks a little confused at you, and says, she kind of looks around to the very people and says, "That one." And she seems to gesture with her staff at Iylis. "His arm.
Yes.
Bring it to me."
What? My arm?
That's what she says.
Arm?
Why do you need my arm?
The left one or the right one?
Hey.
Are you the
nice, Hylough.
Did Iylis get wounded? Iylis wasn't wounded, was it?
He didn't.
No.
Just happens to be the closest one to her right now.
Oh, okay.
Why do you need my arm?
Gotta get your booster.
It's a gesture of peace.
You hold truth from us. We will take an arm.
I'm not. They're gonna chop off my arm, guys.
You can't have his arm.
A couple of them start to. Some of the.
We do not know what you mean. We hold truth. We perhaps some miscommunication and translation. We offered you back your children and peace. We have only found these so far.
Give me a persuasion check. As Dresd'a.
Yeah.
Which
she's much better at than Marcus is, actually.
Right now, so her charisma is not bad.
Yeah, I would say she's much better than Marcus is.
Ooh, lots of rolling around, but still 16. If there's notice a way to see on a fish shark creature that they soften a bit, that's what you notice. I'm not sure.
Got it.
Like the gills stop flaring as much or something. I don't have a good way of describing
They do that tiger fish thing where the gills kind of go back in instead of the Chinese fighting fish. That's it.
And they say, "So you think there are more? This is what you're holding from us." And she's looking at. They're looking at you, Hylough.
Me. How could she figure that out?
Because you were about to say something.
Well, I said that we know the person. Yeah, that's it. We do think that there are more. We don't know where they are yet.
See.
We wanted to give you what we had as soon as possible, and then we were going to go look for more.
What we have rescued.
Yes. Well, we have rescued. Thank you. To be clear.
That you did not bring them with you.
We thought it best if they would, under the care of the Lena.
Melora, Lena's with you.
Well,
but the priestess.
Melora.
Fine,
The priestess, yes.
Some
in her calm sanctuary that she has there.
Melora believed some may be ready to hatch, and we don't know your kind to see if it's safe to move.
Give me another persuasion roll.
Just him?
Yeah.
Or her, I should say.
Yeah. I mean, the creature turns to the big guy behind it, and says, and speaks in the clicks and whistles. So, unfortunately, you don't understand what they say. But after a moment, they turn back and say, his name. I've forgotten what his name is. Here somewhere. Give me a second. I guess I have to generate a name real quick. Thought I had his name, but I guess I don't. Kuma. Here, we'll go back with you.
Was that Zeros?
What?
There is Zyeros.
No,
okay, that wasn't him.
No. I mean,
that's the only name I had.
Maybe it is, but I don't have that name. Or if I do, it's in a different set of notes.
It was just one of the one we talked to threatened us with that name, so or said he was going to come after us.
It's Kuma. Kuma will go with you. He will retrieve the eggs.
We would welcome that.
You will leave 2 of your number here.
Oh.
When you have returned with the eggs, we will discuss the future.
Okay, I will stay.
Let me do an insight on that one. How menacing was that?
Fate is a volunteer to be the second one to stay.
Okay. You have 2 that will stay. This is a very alien creature. It's pretty alien. I would say from your insight, you're not able to read the creature very well, but this is a creature descended from apex predators, so.
Well, we haven't been eaten yet, so we're doing good there.
So I mean, it's just to really get an insight into these creatures, just no easy way. But like I said, the insight here to Dresd'a is like, oh, these are like apex predators. They're letting some of us go. Let's hope they don't eat the rest.
So we can only stay underwater in your realm for a certain time.
Well, we got a day, right?
Yeah.
Was it a day? I thought it was an hour. Okay, the other one's a day. Okay, never mind then. I will say that. Sorry.
Well, Rhux only has an hour. Rhux is about 10 minutes away from his hour being up, and then he has 15 minutes after that.
Okay, just making sure we didn't forget that too.
Because Rhux is the only one that took the stone. The rest of you all took the other 4.
Yeah, it took the blessing.
But he can get back to the surface, right. And then he can breathe.
Dresd'a can breathe underwater already, so it's just Rhux who was limited by the hour. Everybody else is 24 hours.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
So as long as Rhux doesn't stay,
I just want to make sure we didn't have someone drown waiting on us.
Yes. No, it's a very good call. I'm just trying to remember. And yes, everybody but Rhux has a 24-hour variant of the breathing underwater. Rhux is the one that has an hour, but then he has 15 minutes. So he's the one that would need to probably go back with you. All right. So what do you got? You agree to this?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, 2 people have already,
Yeah, 2 people have already decided to stay. So those 2 get ushered
into ushered over to this spot over here. So you and Praedyth moved over here, and two of these guys kind of move over with you and are going to watch you at this point. All right, and the rest of you, plus the big guy, start heading out. And these two guys kind of move out of the way. The rest of you head out. The big guy comes out behind you guys, and he's got just this weirdest, nastiest looking grin. I mean, you think it's a grin, but you're not sure it's a grin. It might just be him thinking, "Ooh, I get to eat somebody."
Or that he was right and he's finally right and he told her so.
I think he's really proud of himself for being right.
And you guys start swimming back towards Maribel. It is going to take again. It's going to take about 40 minutes to get back. It's not exactly a short swim. So you guys, after about 20 of that, the stone fades for you, Rhux, and that point you have to go up to the surface every so often and get air. But you guys make it back to those of you who are with Kuma.
Does the shark guy take satisfaction in this knowledge?
Don't you know? You can't speak to him.
No, but like, does he have like a look about it?
He hasn't. Really
I'm the only animalistic looking thing, so I don't know what he thinks.
Yeah, you're not sure what he thinks. I mean, he's mostly just following you, along with two other Sahagin, by the way. These three are all three of these guys are coming with you. So you guys continue, and you get back, come out of the water into the pool in the Temple of Hainari, and the three of them come up out of the water, and Melora is kind of stands up a little bit over the top of these eggs, and the large four-armed creature kind of slowly gets up there and stands towering above her, it kind of says, "I take," and Melora just says, "Sure. Those two, I give them a day. They'll probably be done in a day. So I don't know if that's enough time to get back to your city. But you can try. The other four, they're probably a week yet, maybe a little longer." And this big, huge, tall, 4-foot, four-armed creature kind of looks at the halfling before him funny, and his mouth grows even wider as he kind of comes down over top of her, and then all four hands just start picking up the eggs without saying another word. And he turns and just dives back into the water along with the other two Suhagan, and they start swimming away from you guys.
So swim back.
You can try. There's no point, I don't think.
Yeah, they're you can swim back if you want.
Well, I mean, we don't want to leave you just in case something.
Faster than you. You know where to go.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't go.
I think we're dead if they don't let us go.
Yeah.
Well, it's still.
You guys, about half an hour later, the big guy returns. Hylough, Praedyth.
Cool.
You see him come in and swim past. During that time, the other creature with the staff has just been standing there watching you guys. Hasn't really said anything. Occasionally you hear clicks and whistles and kind of things, and the guard changes on you after about 10 minutes. It seems like from the looks of it, maybe one of them, well, you're not sure. It's hard to tell. It's such an alien culture to you. You're not sure why this happened. But now you notice this guy come in, and he steps up to the smaller one and shows the eggs, and they turn and look into, your word is good. Actually, it's been over an hour, so she has to cast it again. Cast the spell again. Air goes into her bubbles go into her mouth, and then she says, your word is good. Hear me. If you find more, bring them to this cave.
Okay, so you want them to bring them to you and hand them to you. Okay. No problem. We'll do it.
We will not attack your village anytime, as long as the eggs continue to get returned. As soon as they stop being returned, we will come looking again.
Do you know how many we're looking for?
That's she looks at you and her head cocks slightly and she says, many. You're not sure if she has the concept of
no more than 2.
Yeah. You're not sure if she has the concept of more than 10 or something like that.
Well, I
Early
point to
dwarf
the
math.
6 and that many.
She says, yes, that many more.
So 6 more. So okay. All right. We'll do our best.
Let's see here. You guys are. Do not steal from us again. If you do, we will ravage your village.
Oh.
And take what we want.
I understand. I explained we are new here. We did not take. If you know who took it, if you can identify the ship, tell us more about who took them. We can tell our authorities, and they can punish them.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh, okay. Persuade. She doesn't believe it.
She says, suffice to say, you have taken what was not yours. How you find out who that was is not of my concern. Now be gone. Only return
So
when you have found more.
Grab Praedyth, we go.
You take off and start swimming out away, and you notice that there are 3 of them following you as you start to swim away. And after maybe 5 minutes, you run into the rest of the group kind of swimming back.
All right, so
Good looks. We're glad we head in the right direction. I don't know if we knew where we were going.
Yeah, no doubt. Go further out to sea.
Exactly.
So yeah, just start to turn around unless they make
Well,
a
you can
move.
see that there are
otherwise-
three of the sea devils are following, but they're back maybe 70, 80 feet. They're not super close, and they haven't been trying to close the gap or anything like that. It's more like they're just making sure you leave.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
They don't want to mix with us, our kind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys swim back to the temple, and it is getting dark. It's not quite dark yet, but you can see the twin suns are starting to set or are getting close to the horizon in the west as you kind of come back into the pool.
We have a dinner date.
We do?
Yeah,
That's right.
We were
do,
invited to
with
dinner.
Yeah, we can't miss that. And we do need to guard the ship. I mean, I know we have a couple people on it, but wasn't there things being stolen and something else was going on there? I can't remember what. Let's go to dinner. Good call.
All right, when you guys are heading out.
Do we all want to go, or do we want to? Well, okay, we're all going. Not splitting the party. We all go.
All right, so you guys, Melora, I really cannot configure this anymore. Anyway, I screwed something up. Melora, as you come out of the pool, looks at you guys and says, "I take it that went well."
Good as we can.
Yes.
Yeah, they took it back. They said if we find any more, they want us to bring them as well. But they said as long as we bring them back, they won't kill us.
And
They
I am
said to
in
bring
Lena's.
them back, did they?
Yeah.
Okay,
Why do you say it that way?
unexpected.
What would be expected?
Given, it doesn't really matter. Just unexpected.
It might
Is it
matter to
because
me.
normally they don't care as much? Perhaps these are these eggs in particular, getting them all rather than some.
Oh,
Didn't you say it was their way that only a few would survive anyway?
who's that? Who are you playing when you say that?
This is Dresd'a.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Just making sure. She looks at Dresd'a and it's like, someone was listening to me. She kind of giggles a little bit, and then she dives into the water and starts swimming around the pool. As Lena comes out and
Thank you, Lena. We
turns back into a person.
Yeah, Dresd'a bows and thank you very much. You've prevented us from possibly being eaten, and lots of the city. So, thank you.
Lena, who's like I said, half elf, if I remember correctly.
And that was Dresd'a saying that because
Yeah.
Marcus doesn't know anything about this.
Yeah, it says, you guys seem very seat
Got
of the
it.
pants kind, even more so than we are.
Wow.
May serve you poorly in the future. You might wish to think through your decisions as you move forward.
Thinking through things.
Just kind of nod
I'm
at
glad
that one.
you were
And
able to resolve the issues, the situation.
our heart's in the right place
Hmm.
in some cases. Thank you again.
Lena turns back to Melora and she starts speaking to her in a strange tongue.
Is it the tongue that Dresd'a would understand?
No, probably not.
Okay, it's not the C one.
I don't think you know Druidic.
Oh no. It goes something like, these dumbasses took me out there. They didn't even bring
No,
the eggs.
You're not sure if that's what it is. You would have no idea. There is a conversation happening. All right, so that almost feels like a dismissal to you guys, really, but it's not unusual for these two.
Marcus is like, well,
what did
glad
Marcus,
that went well. Nobody
what
got
did
eaten.
Marcus do for an hour before the guys showed up?
He just chilled. He just sat there and
All right.
kind of, if they had anything to, look through the temple and. But yeah, he
the
didn't really
temple
do anything.
has, there's sort of a little bit of a garden around the pool. Not much of one. I mean, it's mostly wild plants, tropical plants, and that sort of stuff. The main temple itself, though, is basically a U shape where there's certain portions where you couldn't get into, in the sense that there were areas meant probably for the priests and things like that, and the priestesses. But there's, when you remember when I told you when you first came in, there was sort of the statue to Hainari. Well, when you get into the pool area, on the other side of that wall is another statue to Hainari that's facing out towards the pool. You notice that, and then there's basically, think of this as sort of like a Roman kind of
open air
kind of villa Parthenon temple kind of thing. So there's the actual temple U shape only is maybe about 30 feet wide, and so it's just this U that's about 30 feet wide, and on the far sides closest to the water is where there's some, what you're pretty sure are probably the quarters for the priestesses and things like that, and then everything else is more just like an open air kind of areas where there's various shrines and various fountains and things like that.
Okay. By chance of the is one statue with a happier view than the other? Like,
no,
one's the good view of the goddess.
No,
one's
they're both about the
angry.
same. I mean, they're goddess in
same.
different position, different poses, but that's
okay.
it.
It's not like
No.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be a duology nature here, or if there is, they're not showing it.
Okay. Yeah, he would just try not to bother her and stay out of the way.
Well, eventually, like I said, the big guy shows up, takes these eggs, and heads away, and then your friends continue to try to go back after, because you didn't see everybody, and then everybody finally gets back
As
So,
we're about
yeah, what
maybe half
happened?
an hour towards sunset.
It went well then. I was kind of worried when I saw the eggs back here, but that was an oversight, I'm sure. Wish we had thought of that.
What do you guys
Yeah,
say?
you could have yelled something or something. I don't know. Hey, come back.
Underwater.
All right. Well, I'm going to go find.
Yeah, let's go to dinner. Were we supposed to talk to the sheriff or the
We're supposed to talk to somebody that was going to tell us where to go.
Yeah, I think we were going to talk to
Captain Kuhn.
Captain
was going to
Kuhn.
tell you, was trying to find for you where the landlord of the warehouse lived.
Yes. And did we
were told by the fisherman Finn to head towards the far side of the called the slums area, basically to the far eastern side of the docks, and they would find you when you got there. And the far eastern side of the docks is where it is. Yeah, is as you kind of head that direction, you notice that it gets the quality of the building goes downhill the further east you get out of the dock as you're going through the docks. And as you kind of get there, you kind of understand why probably this is the area that they call the Squalls.
The Squalls, yeah.
Because
I got to my notes.
Because it is definitely not a great place. I mean, there's a certain smell to it. Clearly, sewers don't make it all the way out here into this area. The buildings are... It's not like the wood is old or anything, but they're just haphazardly put together. As if, the people just don't have the money or the time to properly put things together. As you're kind of getting to that eastern side of the docks, though, you do notice Catriona, the girl, who looks vaguely like a boy. But, I mean, she happens to notice you, and she comes up to you guys and says, I was afraid you weren't going to come.
Oh, we're here.
We got a bit held up.
My father and mother are waiting for you. Follow me, if you would.
Hey. Marcus says, yeah, we try not to miss good meals.
All right. Notes, here we go. She kind of leads you through some narrow, windy streets. I mean, for not more than 5 minutes. I mean, this is not the Squalls is not a huge area, but a lot of people live in it. Like, as you're kind of going through this area, you can see that not only is it kind of, ramshackle buildings put together, but like they're built up as well. Like, it's very clear that there's probably 2 or 3 apartment style things, like tenements in essence, built on top of each other here to kind of house the people. As you're kind of walking through it, you also notice that there's a disproportionate of them, members of them seem to be, you're pretty sure they all kind of look the same, like fisher folk, as if like they're just barely making it by. But it's not just diary people. Like, you see some Alex, you see a few halflings here and there, and as well as a half elf or 2, and occasionally a dwarf. As you kind of move through there's a lot of kids that are playing in the streets, playing, either throwing rocks at each other or they've pulled out sticks and are kind of fake sword fighting kind of things. As you guys kind of approach, they all kind of fall back into the sides of the streets because you're strangers who have a sort of a pretty what's the word I'm looking for? You have a look about you, like a world weary look about you, people who've seen the world and have fought it.
And have weapons.
Yeah, you have weapons and stuff like that too.
So in general, is it more of when we go by, it's suspicious, but
they're just wary.
Kind of a community feel? It seems to be more of it's not like the slums where everyone's looking out for themselves. It's more like
no, you get sort of a slightly
it is slummy
to it. It's still slummy. I mean, it's called
the kids playing in the street. Yeah, kids playing in the street tends to make it seem Not as bad. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, clearly the people who are living here are at least, I wouldn't say okay with the situation, but are making the best of with what they have. Probably the best way to put it. And sure, there's some community in some sense here because, like I said, the kids are playing in the streets. You haven't really noticed too many, like, there are occasional shifty kind of looking people as you're kind of going through, but they typically leave well before you get anywhere close to them. And like I said, most of the people you're seeing around here at this point in time, like I said, it's getting onto dusk. Most of the people seem to be fishermen coming back from their catch for the evening catch and things of that nature. It doesn't seem to be ne'er-do-wells and stuff like that, but you never know. They may still be there.
Okay.
And it takes you, like I said, a little over 5 minutes or so to get to a building that's clearly a tenement of some sort. And Catriona kind of looks at you and says, "Come on in," and opens the door on the bottom floor. And you guys head into, you have to duck your head in to go inside. You take a couple steps down into basically a 2-room abode. The one room is basically a combination dining room, kitchen, living area. And then there's sort of like a curtain that you're pretty sure leads back to a bed. And as you kind of walk in, you see the fisherman Finn. He is currently looks like he's been preparing, like cleaning some fish. And he kind of, as you guys kind of come in, he slices up a bit more and passes it over to a woman. The woman is clearly maybe 2 or 3 years, maybe 4 years his senior. And she has a bit of gray in her hair, and she has got dark hair, has a very diary look to it, but more hawkish features, more pointed features. But now you can see where sort of the boyish look is in Catriona. It certainly is coming as sort of a combination between the two of them and has made her more, a little more boy, like boy looking, not like a tomboy kind of thing. And as you're kind of noticing that, 2 boys come rushing out from behind the curtains, both dark-haired as well, just like their mother. They're maybe 3.5, 4 feet tall, clearly no more than 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 at the most. And they screech to a halt as they sort of notice you guys kind of pushing your way inside. And the seven of you guys coming into this small house, which already has 5 people in it, makes this place seem very, very crowded. But the 2 of them stop, and they start their jaw kind of drops, and one kind of nudges the other one, and you hear a whisper, and then a whisper back, and then you see like, no, you, you're the one that thought about it. You should ask. No. And then one finally blurts out and says, "Are you a dragon man?" Towards Rhux.
Yes, little boys and girls, this is a dragon man. You can see him right here. He'll breathe fire for you if you ask nicely.
That's what we want. We want to see breathe fire. Breathe something. Breathe fire. Can you breathe fire at us?
Come on, let's breathe fire.
The woman says, "Iago." Oh man, I got for Kifit. That is not a dragon man. You've seen the Alec before. There's one of them just down the street. He's one of your father. He goes fishing with your father all the time. You know exactly what this person is. And Iago and Kiffin kind of like, "Nah, he's a dragon man." And they run up to Rhux and they're just like, breathe on us. Come on.
He's got wings too if you look hard enough.
All right, you need to stop that.
And they take Rex's hands and start leading him towards the back of the room. The whole time, basically saying, "Breathe on us, come on. We know you can do it. You're a dragon man." What are the rest of you guys doing? Rhux seems to have been
letting this happen and enjoying it.
Finn kind of comes over and he says, "Yeah, the 2 boys. They're at that age. They're just very rambunctious. hopefully in the next year or two, I'll start to get them into fishing like everybody else. Please come, have a seat, wherever you can. This is my wife, Sari. Not Siri, Sari.
Okay.
Hey, Siri.
Sari kind of looks at it and says, "Hi, I must say," and she kind of wipes her hands on an apron as she's kind of has put the fish into a pot of some sort or a cauldron. She says, "Thank you so much for finding my fin. I don't know how to repay you, but we were worried sick when he hadn't come home the previous night. So, again, thank you for finding him and rescuing him, and Katrina as well." A little odd that she mentions Katrina second, and almost seemed to be sort of forgetful of it. But, what are you guys doing?
Does she look anything like Katrina? Look anything like the mother? Like maybe she's someone else's child?
No,
type
they
thing?
kind of look.
Not a stepchild thing.
You don't. Well, give me an insight check. It's probably the best way.
And this is Marcus.
Yeah, I figured. Excuse me.
And of course, I'm on the wrong damn character. All right, 16 on the roll on the die. Let's see what Marcus is plus. Marcus is +1, so 17.
So there is a similarity to the features of Katrina and Sari, but it's almost as if it's sort of like a. How do I put this? Well, you got a 7.
Cousin, niece, nephew.
Well, it's almost as if it's like part of a family line, not necessarily direct.
Gotcha.
As if maybe a cousin is a good example, a niece.
Okay. That would kind of explain it.
Is potentially an example.
It was just the fate. Marcus says it's just the fate that, they were meant to be rescued. We came across them and came across the vessel, and then this happened. So glad they're safe.
Yes. Oh, thank you very much. It'll take a little bit. The stew is cooking. It will just be a little bit. Give me a moment. I will go get some bread as well. Anybody need anything to drink? Some water, perhaps?
A little water wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah. So, I mean, looking around the house, looking around this boat, like I said, it's not a very big room. Like the room itself is maybe 25 by 25, and the extra little area in the back is probably like 15 by 15. So it's kind of that sort of thing. There's a barrel that's kind of in this one area in the kitchen. She kind of goes in there and starts dipping out like a pitcher, and then starts pouring some water into some cups, and starts bringing them over to everybody. Finn, meanwhile, has kind of watched and chuckles a little bit as Iago and Kiffin continue to pester Rhux. Rhux, are you doing anything about their pestering? Are you humoring them, or are you trying to get rid of them? What are you doing?
I mean, Rhux is gonna humor them. He's gonna try to do some cool stuff with water instead. Are we close to water? Are we like inland? I don't actually know.
You're in from the way, but I mean, I guess you could probably channel or something like that to something things.
Yeah, like just
Rhux, I was drinking that.
I mean, there's also water in the barrel and stuff like that they just bring. But I mean, like you could do the Fury of the Tides that sort of brings.
Yeah. Just kind of like do that sort of thing, mess around with some water a bit. I'm sure that's cool enough.
So the first time you do the water bit, Iago turns to his mother and basically says, "Look, he really is dragon person. Look, he can shoot water. He can breathe water."
I got that confused.
And Sari just kind of looks, and
is a little impressed with what you're doing with the kind of making the water kind of form around your hands and stuff like that, because this is the Fury of the Tides thing, and kind of pushing it out, sort of, waterbender style or something like that. And she's like, kind of looks a little, not flustered, like a little like shocked for a moment, and then you see a slight smile. She's like, all right, Iago, maybe he really is a dragon person. And the two are like, see, yeah, can you do more of that? And they continue to ask you to do more dragon things. Can you fly?
No, I can swim pretty well.
Oh, well, you're a water dragon, right? I guess that makes sense.
Yep.
Anybody else doing anything while this is all going on?
I mean, as Rhux always says, the crocodile is the dragon of the sea. Yeah.
I'm just enjoying the entertainment. Right. Is there a place to sit down?
Yeah, I mean, you can find a spot to sit down. It's a cramped place for you guys, for everybody.
So
go ahead.
So yeah, Marcus asked, so do you remember any more about, did he describe the vessel, or did he I think he was going to describe the ship to the artist maybe in the,
well, no,
or was they going to come back tomorrow?
The vessel, it just wasn't any you had ever recognized.
Okay.
It wasn't like, if you're thinking it's a Lion salvage ship, it is not.
Okay. Do you remember anything more? I mean, more people.
I
would hate for this to happen to someone else.
Only a few of it. Like, I mean, you found some of the men. Like, some of the guards were on that ship. They were the ones that hit us in the first place.
Right, but I think. Are there others missing?
I don't know. I mean, there have been a few people here in the squalls that have gone missing, but I mean, people go missing here every so often anyway. It's a hard life. I mean, the number of times that we have to do something risky just to make sure that we get enough food or get enough fish so that we can sell some at the market, so that we get a little extra money too. And he's kind of saying this as he's looking at the two twins, at the boys, so we can get something, to ease the days.
Yes.
And that he goes over to a different barrel and gets a different pitcher and pulls it out and pours a cup. And he kind of looks at you.
Marcus will, yeah.
And he pours a second one and hands it to you. And he says, I mean, look, this is all we have in our lives. And looking around, it's pretty. I mean, they live in a pretty poor lifestyle. You can see Sari at that time kind of getting some of the bread out, and the bread is sort of just getting it out of a cupboard that, as she pulls it, the door kind of, the door to the cupboard kind of sags a little bit as she pulls it around. She pulls out the bread and puts it on a plate and then puts it back up and kind of hooks it. And the bread, you can see, as she sets it down, flakes off a bit. You can see a little bit of mold in a few spots on things. It's like, this is definitely not the best meal you've ever had, but might not be the worst either.
Oh, and they're trying, so I mean,
no, they're definitely trying. So you're noticing that as you kind of put the cup to your lips, and it's an ale of some sort. It's not super great. It's a bit sour, but it's definitely some alcohol. And he kind of, you notice him absently rubbing the back of his head, probably where that knot is on it, which you guys couldn't quite fully get rid of. With the healing, I mean, it brought him 2, but
I think I rolled crappy.
He's like, but we make do with what we can, the boys seem to be having fun, and like I said, we'll get them into the fishing business here in the next couple of years, and then hopefully then we'll be able to bring in more catch and catch up. At this point in time, you notice that Catriona is kind of just sitting over on one side, kind of watching everything. What are you guys doing? Any other questions or anything? And again, I remind you that at any point you can say, we have dinner, and move on if you wish. You don't have to.
Yeah, we kind of do have dinner.
Sounds good to me. I'm hungry.
Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and drag this out. Sorry, guys.
No, that's fine.
So, have you ever thought about being a merchant? We have a ship, and we're looking for people to.
He kind of looks at you and says, it's not really. I mean, I can't do that with the family here. I don't know.
Well, but you could. Do you know anything about what people want, or you sell things in the market?
Yeah, you notice that as you kind of mentioned that sort of stuff, you notice that he and Sari kind of look at each other for a moment before he says, "Oh no, it's not anything that I would ever do here with the family and stuff like that." So you notice that glance first. And then he says, "What would I know about the market? All I know is fish, and where to go get them and how to sell them, or where to find the best catches in the morning at night. That's all I really know. That's all I've ever been taught."
I'd like to roll an insight to see what I think that may have been about.
Sure.
Okay, I really need to play Kat's characters. Her charisma stats are much better than mine. I have no idea.
No, I mean, it's you notice the look, but you don't really think much of it. It's like, whatever. Why? I mean,
until recently we didn't have a ship, and we've kind of grown together. And we've met through fate.
But
do you know anyone?
But you say you're looking for crew members. Is that right?
Yeah. Do you know anyone, family, or anything? We'd like to have. I mean, we're honest.
I don't know of anybody.
Do I get the deception on my honesty point?
I mean, you can.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
He's like, I don't necessarily. Well, there are some people here in town. Like there are some crew getters. I don't have a good way of crew contractors and things like that. They're further up near the harbor master, up at the docks and things like that. There's a few people that can help you out that way. I can think about it over dinner while we're having dinner. If there's maybe somebody that we know of. I mean, there's plenty of fishermen here in the squalls. Some of them
if you know of anyone, and maybe something for yourself. I mean, we could help you out if you knew people who we're willing to pay a little extra for people who are honest and hardworking. So,
oh, hey, let me go check the stew, and he gets over
and then I'll drop it unless they bring it back up.
No, and he starts looking at the stew and helping her Siri kind of put together some put together plates with some bread and a bowl with some soup on it.
Is she giving him the death? Don't you dare mention that look,
no,
or don't you just?
No,
okay, nothing like that.
No, nothing like that. Give me a perception roll though, if you're really looking at them trying to figure out anything. In this case, it's a perception roll. Let's see what they're.
I still roll crap.
You're just having a night.
Plus Marcus. 4. Well, it's Marcus.
They're definitely having sort of they're definitely talking to each other while they're putting stuff on the plates. They're just talking in a quiet tone of voice. So it's just really hard to tell what they're talking about. There's nothing, you don't notice any anguish, anger, or tension or anything like that. Well, maybe a little bit of tension, but not much. And then they bring things over to sort of the table, which is meant for like 5 people, but now has 12 people kind of huddled around it as best they can, and start handing out, a plate with a bit of bread, not very much, but a bit of it, and a bowl of stew, which clearly is some fish stew, a water broth basically a fish broth really. That's maybe about half full, and each of you kind of get that, and dinner is served.
Wow.
And while you guys eat, even Iago and Kiffin continue to pester Rhux a bit, but at least even they finally have settled down because and start eating. Like they go into it with gusto, and between bites, they're asking they ask Rhux so when do you lay your eggs?
So Marcus,
when do you lay your eggs?
Is going to twist this into an opportunity to do performance and tell stories about Rhux, and use local.
That's what I was doing.
Well, just doing legends, but kind of put Rhux into them, the more believable ones.
Okay.
Okay.
Just kind of using the bard skill, which
give me a quick performance check.
This is
as long as you don't get a 1, you're fine. Just don't get a 1.
Oh, don't jinx me like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
got a 10.
you start performing and telling stories and things like that of various things. Like the first one you tell is about the ghost in the tower, and how Rhux got possessed by said ghost, and then told you guys all about how to free him from his ghostly existence. So you kind of embellish the ghost story of you guys,
and also just change it from Dresd'a to me.
Oh yeah,
no, of course. Dresd'a kind of gives him a slight look for a moment, but kind of you catch her eye, and it's like, okay, she gets it. So that's kind of the first one you start off with. Then you move on to some of the other sea legends that you know. And we're ending with sort of, as everybody's kind of finishing up their food, you kind of end with a couple sea shanties that gets everybody kind of singing and all that sort of stuff.
The cleaner ones.
Yeah, the clean ones.
Because I know
as much as you can.
The two clean I know.
And this over the course of this takes about an hour of time to do all of this. As you guys kind of sit with this small family in the middle of the squalls, brightening their day because you've saved their husband and daughter, and they're giving you the best hospitality they can.
So, do we know how old all their kids are?
You could ask. You wish to ask.
So I do wish to ask.
So the twins are 8.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little small for 8, probably because of where they live. The Katrina is 15.
15. Okay. Is she good looking? Hylough wants to know.
Let's see. I didn't give her stats. She's okay looking.
Stats.
She's got a short cropped hair. Like
measurements. You didn't give her measurements.
Well, no, I just didn't. No stats, as in
I know.
D&D stats. She's got very short cropped hair. Like from a distance, you would think she's a boy. Like initially, you would think she's a boy. Like when you guys found her, you thought she was a boy. But
I do
it's
remember
only when
that.
you get closer that you realize, oh yeah, no, that's actually not a boy. The features are a bit softer, and there's a bit more hip there than a boy would normally have. Things like that. Little
like in my other
smaller
party
tells that tell you that this is not a boy.
Yeah.
Just like in my other party, when the female player is not at the table, it all goes in the gutter.
Yeah, no. I mean, Hylough's a strapping young lad, and he's thinking about things.
Yeah.
Never know what he's going to find on this adventure.
After dinner, Finn's like, thank you for joining us for dinner. It was wonderful. And he starts, let me walk you out, and heads out with you guys as you kind of leave. Iago and Kiffin kind of hang on to Rhux for a while and try to keep him from leaving. Like Rhux, however, just continues to walk until he gets to the front and then kind of sets them aside. And I don't know if you do anything else, Rhux. I really shouldn't be saying that you do that because it's you to tell what the character does. Yeah, they're trying to hang on to you. What do you do? Becomes mute.
He's muted. He's got nothing else to say. Well, if he doesn't do anything,
yeah, I guess he doesn't.
I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him a couple of copper each. Okay. So just to,
there you go. Oh, is this the dragon horde? Cool. We got part of the dragon horde, Ma. And they kind of run back off and start throwing it up in the air as if they're kind of like playing in a dragon horde.
Mm-hmm.
And thank her for dinner.
And he kind of goes out. Finn goes out.
Dresd'a will do that.
And Dresd'a kind of thanks her, and Sari's like, "Oh, it's no problem. It's the least I can do for you guys, bringing back my husband and daughter."
Well, Marcus says, "Do think about it. If you need us, or
so Finn walks you out, and as
you
guys start walking away from the house, and the door gets closed, and it's just you and Finn. And as he kind of walks away, he's like, "If there's anything you guys need from me, like if you need help in the bay or trying to find places around North Ferran, I know quite a bit of the water. I can certainly help you there. But there is
And he kind of stops and hesitates for a moment, and then he's like, I do know of somebody that I think. And kind of looks around at the 7 of you again, and it's almost as if he's second guessing himself or rethinking. He's like,
No, please tell us.
do you have room for Katrina on your ship as a crewman?
Look at Hylough. I don't know if look at Hylough. Look back at him. I don't know if it'd be a good idea.
Sure.
We have some people on our crew that are kind of more disreputable.
I don't know what you mean.
I am a perfect gentleman.
No, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we definitely have room.
yeah.
All hands on deck.
We need as many as we
Is
can.
that the life
We
you
need
want?
a bit. I want her to get her out of here, out of this life. I think
Trying to kick her out?
no. I think she can find a better life. Like the only way to get out of a place like this is to take a more risky job. And let's be honest, the crew of ships in this day and age right now, with the piracy that is rampant and the creatures that keep attacking, and you sort of like it's clearly he's implying the sea devils, and
Right.
things like that. That there's a very good chance that she won't make it, but it's still better than this. She knows. She's got a nose for the wind. She's got a nose for navigation. She can. I don't know what it is, but the number of times that she's turned us before we've hit a reef or hit the shoals or anything like that. It's just uncanny, actually.
Look at Hylough again. Yes, we could definitely use that.
Yeah. Yeah. I just aim for them.
Well, I mean, if you can
Dresd'a suggests it'd be nice to.
remember, True
Yeah, I
is
mean-
also on your ship as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So yeah, we have several emails on our trip.
Good.
Just,
I will. Be,
I mean, of course, we'd have to talk about it. Looking at around.
well, we
I don't
will
think
be
anyone has
by
a
in the
problem with it.
morning to pick up my boat. The boat's still with your ship, remember?
Just as like, oh,
Yeah.
the boat, yeah.
We can discuss it more then, and I will talk with her a bit over the night.
Great.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, be wonderful. Marcus
if there's
is.
anything else you need help on or anything while you're here in Maribel, let me know, and I will do what I can to try to either hook you up with the right people or help you find what you need.
You're helping me hook up with the right people.
Jesus.
Marcus will. Okay. Marcus
gotta be a gentleman.
gives him a Hylough a side eye on that comment under his breath. Marcus does that's one thing. We do have some ale for sale. Is there a good bar or some that might be appreciate with a more exotic blend of ale that you might know of, or where we could
well, I mean,
show them?
how much are you trying to sell it for? Like, I mean, the places that I normally go to and know of are most of the ale is pretty much water with a little bit of ale, as opposed to ale with a little bit of water.
Yeah, we don't have a little bit, but we have
I mean,
there's
you'd
a.
have to-
I'll tell them the story of
If you're
there's a small little brewery in. I'll play it up.
Yeah. Then I would suggest maybe you're looking for something in the Villa district, maybe, or.
Okay.
I mean, you can try.
Do
to
you know
talk-
anyone?
You can try to talk to Roderick in the Two Palms, but I mean, I highly doubt he's going to be able to afford what you're selling, based on what you just said. But maybe the Pegasus. I've heard of. Sorry, he wouldn't know of the Pegasus. Sorry, I know there's some places in the villas that are run by that are pretty high upscale. They might be interested, possibly. And there's the Nest down the way. It's kind of an inn, hostel kind of place. Again, probably too expensive for what they do. They're again,
Well, we do have some cheaper. I mean, so we just don't have a lot of it.
yeah. And remember, and there's occasionally I can get enough money to scrape together and to go to the Silver Flame. I don't know if you've met Iylis.
Yeah, she's
at her
very good.
place. She might.
Yeah, she's great.
She might be able to afford something better, a better quality.
Yeah, I will speak with her on it. But thank you.
Yeah.
And if you think of anyone or know of anyone, hear of anyone, just
For
let us know.
what?
Alcohol,
Oh,
just
okay.
sale of
Yeah. Okay.
ale.
Worst. Yeah, I mean, you could always try to open up a bar here. See if you could sell it. But-
There's an idea.
Well, anyway, thanks
And that's
again.
all he says about that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks again. And you guys at this point have kind of gotten out of the squalls onto the edge of the docks again. And he leaves you on your own. What are you guys doing next? It is now dark.
Smack Hylough in the back of the head.
I mean,
what are
dark
you
in the
doing,
sense,
buddy?
It is now dark in the sense that the suns are down, but it's not super dark yet. Like you can still see the twilight and stuff like that.
Oh well, let's go. Well, let's see. Maybe we should tell the watch what we did.
Yeah, I was
Watch
thinking,
commander.
is the watch on the way back to the ship? It is, right?
It's a little bit. Yes, it's in the docks. It's in the docks part across the river. Yes, but it's still actually, it would be on the way because you're on this side, so you'll have to cross.
Yeah, let's do that. And plus, we could get that information about the possible other places for the eggs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
and then we must find the other egg.
Yeah, now we have to.
Must you?
Well, no, we can always sail on our ship and get away, but yeah.
Well,
right.
My life, the city's
so you guys start heading down through the city, through the streets, and now Pete must make a roll.
Yeah, let some hooligan come and try to steal from us.
Well, you never know. It's past dark. You guys make your way down the docks and past the empty market. The market, when it's empty, is the stalls are kind of still there, but there's really not much in them. You smell some slightly rotted fish and things like that as you're coming out, because not all the fish makes it. And you make it through there and up back into the trades district, heading down the streets and up to the bridge that crosses over the river. And about 10 minutes later, you are standing outside the guardhouse in the docks. And it is closed because it's after dark. But you can definitely hear people inside. It's just the gates to it are closed.
Knock at the knock.
As you kind of
flash the badge. Flash the badge.
As you knock on the outside, you hear from the other side is like, "Is it an emergency?"
Is the captain in?
Kewen? Oh, he's always in. Guy never sleeps, or at least he doesn't seem like he sleeps. Maybe he's sleeping in his office. I don't know. Yeah,
we want to see him. We need to see him.
Well, who are you to need to see him?
I got the badge. Let me in.
You've got the badge. Let me in. Yeah, the gates are like two gates, like you could open so that a wagon or something can come out, but there is a door in one of them. A smaller door opens up and you see some eyes look out, and he's like, "What do you mean you got the badge? You aren't Argent Watch."
I show him the badge.
And then he looks at it, he's like, "Oh, maybe you actually are maybe you do have the badge. All right. Give me a second, I'll get queuing. I'm not letting you in though." You hear the chink as he closes it, and then you hear footsteps going away on the sort of the gravel on the inside. And about maybe a minute or two later, you hear a double set of footprints and the door opens, and there's Kewen with an older man, and Kewen's kind of looking at him and says, he's like, "Next time they show you the badge, just let them in. Come on in. Hopefully you've got some news or something you can tell me, because I've got something for you." And you guys follow him into his office, and he closes the door. And he's like,
Excellent.
He sits down and he says, "Next time Colonel gives you shit like that, just tell him to fuck off, and that Kewen said to let you in."
All right.
So I do have a location.
Write that down. Fuck off.
Sclare.
Said.
The guy who owns the White warehouse down there is named Martin Sclare. I remember you telling me about this. Didn't Lion tell you about Martin Sclare as well?
Yes, that's right.
All right. Well, so
That's what put us on him.
Martin Sclare. It's his name. He has a villa in the Villas district. It is. He gives you a street, a pair of streets. It's on the. It's actually on Palms and Silver Row.
Okay.
Maybe 20 minutes for a walk from here, something like that. It's out towards the edge of town, out towards the plantations. But it's not. It's still in town proper. But I also learned that this guy he's a plantation owner, so he does got a little bit of money, and has some plantations outside of town. I don't know exactly where. I'm still trying to find that out. It's amazing how some of these guys have holdings in various places, yet we don't know exactly where it is. But whatever. In my case, it's because I don't really need to know. I'm a docks guy. But now I know he's got a warehouse, which all the stuff there seemed to be legit. I had a couple of of my guys check out, and yeah, the various trading companies, when we talked to them about their stuff, they're like, yep, they're just storing stuff in his warehouse. So nothing odd there. The only odd thing right now being that he has three holes dug in the ground to store people.
And he's smuggling people, human assets.
Well, let me rephrase that. I'm not sure that Sklar knows that there are those things dug in the ground. Who knows how often he actually goes to the warehouse, to be honest. Probably
But
just has somebody
does.
manage it for him. But he's probably still the best place to talk to about what maybe is going on there, who manages it, whatever. Still
so did you talk to Lion again?
No, I haven't sent anybody to Lion yet.
Okay. Well, we'll talk to Lion again, too, just in case he can put us on something else. So we had an interesting afternoon.
Okay.
Well, he may have found something else out. Did you find anything else out? Did we cut him off?
No.
Yeah, I may have. Sorry.
Well, no, you asked him if he's like, no, I haven't talked to Lion. I mean, well, you should probably check on him, I guess. Yeah. Let's just hope he hasn't went on another salvage operation or something like that. Who knows? I mean, actually, I'll send somebody over in the morning. You guys can go too, but I'll send somebody over in the morning just to see if he's still there, because maybe he's heard about the warehouse. Actually, Connell! You hear him shout through the door. After about 10, 15 seconds, the door opens up. He's like, yeah, what do you need? Oh, I need you to go down to the salvage spot. Lion Salvage. See if the guy's still there. It just occurred to me that with the warehouse and stuff, maybe he ran. And Connell looks at him and was like, really, right now? Yes, now. At least send somebody. Get one of those newbies that you've been trying to train. All right. He heads out. I'll be back in half an hour. 30. I'll be back before the next bell.
Okay, good idea.
So they take off, and Kewan's like, crap, I should have thought about that. Oh, whatever. What did you guys find?
We had a meeting with the Sahagin.
What?
The Sea Devils. We took them their eggs. And
okay,
they said,
I think I'm more tired than usual. You said you saw the Sea Devils?
We met with them, yes. We
with the help of the priestess and priestesses, we were able to communicate with them.
Okay.
And
well, you're all still here. Other than that guy back there, the one with the pointed ears with a bandage on, looked pretty whole too.
Yeah, they actually acted surprisingly honorable, if you will, so to speak.
And you gave them their stuff back.
We gave them their stuff.
Does that mean we're done with this? They're not coming back?
They said we had to continue to bring more or they would attack. And we think that there might be 6 more or so eggs somewhere.
Okay, all right. What happens after we've got the 6 more left, though? It sounds like an ultimatum that we have to keep finding them, otherwise they're going to attack us.
It was hard to determine exactly what they meant. There was
fair enough.
So,
well, and you're not any worse off if
they're still
at least they're trying
us.
Something. Yeah. Well, but they at least they were giving us something.
I know what you mean. I understand what you're saying, Marcus of the Widowmaker. All right. Well,
No,
at least
that was
it's something.
Dresd'a.
At least it's something. Did
Yes.
did you tell them that they're not going to attack? At least, yeah. Okay, never mind. He's like,
Yes.
well, that's good. I guess we should find the rest of it then and get it out of here so that we can put this to bed. So I got other things that need to be dealt with.
Yeah, and we need to
More of it
find
is
the
up
people who
my
are doing
ass.
this. Yeah. Gotta find the ones that are doing this because we gotta make sure they don't do this again. This has cost the lives of a lot of people, right?
Well, Lion, we'll see if he's part of this, which I think he is. Well, again, that was dumb of me. I should have sent somebody there right away. And then we'll talk to this Martin Sklar.
Yep.
Well, we can order his house. Let's see. Maybe go there in the morning. But you said someone's up your ass. What are they up your ass about?
No,
this time,
Lord Morven, the kidnapped kid.
Oh yeah.
You knew that. You already knew this.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I know. I didn't know. Is it anything? Is he got any new news, or he's
with the attack? He's a bit more freaked out. Like, what happens if the kid was in one of the warehouses and got taken as part of the thing? That's what he's on about now. We didn't find any evidence of some kid being taken out of a like that. The only people that seem to have been taken are the guardsmen who died, or went unconscious or something like that. Like,
right.
I haven't been able to find. Well, that's not entirely true. There are 2 other people that are missing, but they weren't actually near where some of the attacks were. So that could be something different.
Who were the other 2?
There's a butcher, who's not a little over the block from here. And then a dock worker of some sort. I don't remember their names right off the top of my head, but yeah, those are the only 2 that I know of that are missing that may not be related to the attack.
They just disappeared?
No one's been able to find them.
Okay.
Whether that means they disappeared, or maybe they were doing something wrong and they fled, or who knows? I don't know. But the butcher lives alone. When some of his clients went to talk to him or buy stuff from him the next day, his place was closed. And that seemed unusual because clearly he's a butcher. He's got to get his money, or he's got to make money somehow. And so when they broke into his shop, which my guys thought they were looting the shop, you guys now suddenly remember there was some people.
I was going to say, is that the same one that
at a shop that was definitely a butcher shop? Anyway, they broke into the thing. It looked like they were looting. We kind of started looking into it, and sure enough, the guy wasn't there. His bed wasn't slept in. Yeah, it was a little weird. But anyway, definitely not. His shop was too far in to be being attacked by the sea devils. So something else is going on there. I don't know what. And the dock worker, he's probably just drunk in an alley somewhere. Let's be honest. It's only been a day.
Yeah.
But that's 2 more people, potentially.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well,
we didn't find anybody down in the warehouse other than these 2 fishermen. So.
Right.
Have you heard any more that the people who ran the?
We've been looking for them, but like I said, it's probably likely that they headed out of town and are finding a way to get off of island. But maybe not. Maybe they just went to ground, and
they'll might catch a break.
Show up soon. Possible they're related to. I don't know. See.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I got.
Okay. Any other? Is there rewards for any of this stuff? Just asking.
Well, I need to run it up the chain about the row thing, about the egg thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to run that one up the chain.
But I'm sure the other so-and-so, since he's, so desperate, he's probably willing to give a little extra money to hire a special squad. And since you're so strapped, extra manpower to look for his kid.
I need you guys to focus on this thing for now.
All right, fair enough.
I mean,
just keep it in mind, though.
No, I get it. You successful here. We'll talk about that one too.
I mean, you're already somewhat successful. Don't get me wrong. So, but we'll talk about it one thing at a time.
Okay.
That's what it. That's. I'm not trying. Trust me, I don't want Maravan up my ass anymore. But I still need this other thing closed out. Once we know those Sea Devils won't be coming back anymore, or at least I can tell somebody they won't be coming back, then we can focus on other stuff. And so far, it's been less than 24 hours, and you guys have done good work. So I'm not saying this won't continue. Just saying.
Yeah.
One thing at a time.
Yep. Well, that helps to keep us focused on what's most important. Whatever we can do to help you.
All right. Well, what you can do now is get out of my office, so I can try to either fall asleep or look at some of this other stuff.
Anybody got a sleep spell for him?
You see him pull up some papers, and he starts looking at one. He's like, "Seriously, this is the kind of tips we get? Oh my god, what are you guys still doing here?"
Okay, can I do a perception roll just to see what's on his desk?
Sure.
It's probably nothing, but it might be worth it. Not awful.
Not bad. Clearly, it's probably some reports of some type. It's the 15. You're kind of reading it upside down, so
yeah.
Based on what he said and kind of what you were seeing as he kind of picked up that paper, this is probably just a list of tips or something. Maybe somebody's canvassing someplace somewhere and is asking a bunch of people questions about stuff, and here's the answers they gave. You're not sure what the canvas was for, though. It's hard to tell.
Okay.
But given what he just talked about for the last 15 minutes, it's probably related to the missing kid. It's probably your guess. And then otherwise on his otherwise on there, you can see basically what looks like probably reports of various things. It's a pretty chaotic desk though, so it's hard to really like papers on top of papers on top of papers. The stuff that's on the top, most stuff seems to be mostly, like I said, those sort of a canvas reports kind of thing.
Kind of what I figured. I just thought I'd check just an off chance.
Yep.
Something was useful.
Yeah. Cool. You guys head out.
So let's head back to the ship and, either we head back to the ship. What time is it?
It is about, it's now dark, so probably about an hour past sundown.
I think we go back to the ship and get some rest.
Yeah, unless we want to canvass this guy's house, but yeah, we could. Rest is probably better.
Okay,
Marcus is going to go rest.
All right.
Or hey, you could go to we could go to the whatchamacallit, the bar that we've been frequenting, or some of you have been frequenting, and ask them if they want to buy some ale. Did you ask them? Yeah,
I haven't yet. I'm not sure. I want to kind of do a little more legwork to see what. They might be a little strapped. I'm gonna try to aim for a little bigger fish at first, and then see.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't look like we're gonna get rid of it, then or be able to find a customer with a little more gold, then we'll go back down.
Okay.
All right. You guys head back to the ship. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you get back to the ship. As you kind of go up the gangplank, you see True is kind of sitting up there, kind of with a knife, kind of peeling an apple, kind of looking at you guys and like, you guys look a little worse for the wear. A lot of drinking this evening?
I wish. No, just trying to help the local government. Dealing with the Sea Devils and.
Gotcha. I haven't seen Rat or Perry.
Still they've been gone the whole time.
Been gone since last night. Yeah.
We go looking for them.
I mean, maybe they just decided they didn't want to be on the ship anymore. I don't know, but
I wouldn't.
Or maybe they're just taking a couple days of shore leave.
What are their demons? Is it
Oh,
gambling, alcohol?
Rad is definitely gambling, 100%.
Yeah.
That's where you guys were when the start of the whole campaign. He was gambling with people at the blue turn in Cairngorm. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
True. Do you know where do you know where the gambling place is? Where they would have gone?
I haven't been to Maribel before, but probably. Well, I mean, if I was find a dive bar, it's probably where I'd go.
Well, I mean, we could ask.
And you remember you just heard from Finn that there's a couple dive bars. There's the two palms, which was near the squalls on the docks. You literally walk past it on your way to the thing. And the Nest was another one you heard of, which was a hostel inn, like an inn/hostel kind of thing.
Yeah,
that might be also a place where you could probably find stuff. That seems like the most likely stuff, but could probably also still go talk to Iylis. And
yeah, I was gonna say that was my other. Is this something we want to handle tonight? Or do you want to give them another day?
I'm not too worried about it. It's just, I just figured they might come back and at least sleep here. But maybe maybe they really are just taking the short leave, trying to get off the ship for a bit. They've been through a lot in the last, week with the pirate sea stuff. And I guess they were with you guys on that island that you were talking about.
Yeah, that'll freak anybody out.
So, maybe, they did get some shore leave here up at Tyrrux, but let's be honest, Tyrrux is podunk and backwater kind of town. This is a bit more of a city. So, and they do still have their money from the piracy job that we did.
Oh yeah.
Remember the money you guys all got from? They got their share as well.
Sure. So, the only thing that worries me is people have gone missing this place recently, according to the.
Well, if you're that worried about it, I can go start looking for them.
Well, we don't want you to go missing as well. I'm
going to get off the ship now too. I've been out the whole day watching.
If you don't mind keeping an eye on them and
go ahead,
eye out and let us know, and if you need any backup or someone to go with you.
All right, just remember, you guys need to watch a ship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll be here.
I've been on here all day by myself.
We really
we thought Rat and
I know
would come back and help,
I know.
Yeah.
That's
okay. Well, we got it.
They haven't showed up.
It's your turn for the R&R and shore leave. So
I will
go for
see you in the morning.
Better.
And go find that shrine that. Anyway.
The shrine that what?
Iylis. Well.
Is that the shrine we went to?
No.
Okay.
You went to a temple.
Right. Well, I mean, I know, but I thought maybe it was a.
No, that's what you hear her say. She's going down the gangplank.
Okay, we'll have to check that out.
Shrine.
Don't chase the red herring, John. Don't chase the red herring. Okay.
All right. So you guys get on the ship. You guys gonna do watches for the ship?
Yeah.
All right.
I could take first or last. What do you guys want?
I got first.
And I guess I'll take last.
All right.
I'll take middle.
All right.
Do you want to have just one on mat one, or do you want to have two people? I guess one will be enough.
I think one should be fine.
All right.
Famous last words. Yeah, we'll do one.
The bird's on all watches, and it can wake me up as a bonus. So.
All right. So, Aaron, you kind of settle in on the top bench. You you light some lanterns on the ship deck so that you can see things and stuff like that. And let's see, where are we at? It's a very somewhat auspicious night, or maybe just coincidental, you're not sure, as you watch the bluish moon Hainari, aimed for the goddess of water, slowly come up from the east, slowly rising a full moon, here on the last day of sowing tide before the Festival of Blossoms. Your 3 hours of watching goes by fine. You watch the moon rise. You see a bunch of drunks move along the docks every so often, coming out of the Silver Flame. You guys are not that far away from the Silver Flame, if you remember. Like, it wasn't that far away. You see some drunks coming out and going. As it gets later in your watch, the docks themselves start to settle down a little bit. Actually, that's not true. It's the night before the Festival of Blossoms. So actually, the amount of traffic on the docks goes up. The amount of traffic going into the Silver Flame goes up as the night progresses. But none of them seem to pay any attention to your ship or move towards in that direction. You wake Hylough at his time. And Hylough, you start your watch and kind of watch the same thing. It is odd. It's a wonderful. It's a nice night. It's a clear night. And again, you notice Hynari. Hynari is a blue water looking. It's a blue orb in the sky. It's a full moon, and everything like it actually does, because of the brightness of it, does cast a slight shadow and a slight bluish tint shadow because of how much the blue light is reflecting. But the party goes long at the Silver Flame, and by the time your watch is over, it's still going, which seems unusual even for you because it's wee hours of the morning. You do notice, though, as it gets towards the end of your watch, that there is a small patrol of the Argent Watch. It's the same one, keeps going around and around the block. You see them about every 10, 15 minutes, which is more so than you saw them at the beginning of your watch. Not sure what that means. Like, they're not looking at your ship or anything. They seem to be more interested in what's going on at the bar, at the tavern, than what's going on the docks or anything like that.
They look like they want to participate. They're missing out.
Give me a perception check as you're kind of watching through things, just to get a gauge on what they're thinking.
And
you're wondering, it might be a combination of the two. Like, yeah, maybe they want to get into it, but it's also like maybe they're concerned that this is going to turn into something that they're going to have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up Marcus, though.
Yeah.
His turn at the watch. And Marcus?
Yes.
You kind of watch the sun's rise as Hynari finally goes down in the west. You watch the dual suns rise in the east as it's pink and then blue and light out again. The party does finally stop, and from the looks of it, it's because the half-orc starts throwing people out. Probably because
that'll do it.
Probably because Iylis said, "I'm done. Get the hell out." It's hard to tell because you can't hear what's going on inside. You can just hear the general hubbub. And people in twos and threes and singles kind of wander away and stumble away from the bar. And finally, by about an hour before dawn, it's quiet there. Morning comes, though. You guys wake up to first day of the Festival of Blossoms. You guys want to do?
Okay. Get a good old-fashioned breakfast. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, breakfast sounds good.
Oh,
let's see.
Go to our...
Nobody came. What's her name? Didn't come back. Did she?
She's not back yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't mean she's not going to be back.
Yeah, we'll have to wait until she leaves or part of as well. Until she gets back.
You guys try to wait for True to get back?
Yeah, we're not going to leave the ship unmanned.
No, that's fine. So about 20 minutes later, True finally sidles up and starts coming up the gangplank. A little bleary-eyed, but no worse for the wear. Well, that's not entirely true. There is a nice bruise on on her left cheek. But no.
Good time? Marcus asked with a raised eyebrow.
Fasada was with me last night. Vaseda was with me last night. Yes.
Excellent.
If you're ever in the mood to try your metal, the Two Palms. There's a fight ring there.
Not necessarily my poison, but I'm sure we can, looking over at Rhux and Hylough, some people might get in that.
All right. Well, your loss. But I made a pretty decent coin last night.
Excellent. Anything else? Any news of Rat or? Did you find any gambling? Does the Fight Club have gambling?
That's a good question. Yes. Well, clearly it does. She made
it
money.
does. Yeah, that makes sense. I won't ask that.
Let's see if she found Rat, and I looked for him. For at least for the first half of the night, but I couldn't find him. I did in the place for the Fight Club, the Two Palms. They did mention that those two bearing their description were gambling with them earlier yesterday. That they just left.
Okay.
Well, they left because they ran out of money. They
lost
all their money. So I don't know where they went after that. I wasn't able to that's when I got into the Fight Club that was going on. So. But
definitely have to go by there then.
Like I said, Vaseda was with me though, so I'm still pretty good. I'm pretty good. But I'm here. I'll watch the ship for the night. It would be nice if I had another person, but I understand. You're having that discussion when you hear from the butt, "Hoy, Widowmaker," and you hear the voice of Finn.
Oh, conveniently.
Finn,
come aboard.
He looks like, "Oh, there's my ship." As he's kind of coming up to the gangplank, he sees it over on the side. He's like, "There's my little boat."
Has Dresd'a taken anything out of the ship? Has she stripped it down for parts while she had it?
No, I don't know. Why would she have? I mean, she
took
the fish.
She was just really interested in
the nets and stuff like that.
That's what I was saying. She was just really interested in selling stuff and caking it. So
I don't know why she would. She's a fisherman's daughter. She knows.
No, I know.
About that.
I'm just.
That being said, she probably comes over and pushes like the nets and stuff in front of him. I was checking and mending them. Is what.
There you go. That seems like her.
And that one, the eyelets on the one, ooh, not so good. And Finn is like confused a little bit. It's like, I didn't peg you as a fisherman. But no matter.
Another life.
Catriona is behind him, and she's kind of looking around as she comes up on the gangplank, looking over the ship. Notices True, and the bruise on the face kind of gets a slight frown on her face. Finn's like,
Finn, Catriona, true. This is the fisherman in their boat.
Oh, where did you find them?
They were kidnapped, and we just like I mentioned that people were disappearing. These were two that almost disappeared.
Oh, well, that's good. Good on you guys. Now do that for Rat and Perry. Conjure me up some people to help me here.
Yeah.
Well, funny you should mention that. We might looking over at her. Might have at least somebody while they're in port.
Around, and you do, as you're kind of looking at that, you do notice that she's got her hands one of her hands behind her back, but you sort of notice that there's like a sack, like a canvas sack in her hand. That's kind of got some stuff, and she's and Finn kind of looks at her, and Katrina kind of like looks at him.
Do you want to look at the ship?
A single nod. Just does a single nod at him, and Finn's like, "So what? Are you still need crew? Are you interested at all with what we talked about before yesterday?" And True starts to get sort of an interesting look about her. Like,
we certainly do, especially in port, and we definitely need to. If you're willing to come along and sail with us, we certainly need you. Looking at her.
Katrina says,
Did we ever decide how much we're paying to people? We'll just do whatever the average.
Going rate is 2 silver a day.
Yeah, so that's what I think we'd definitely give that.
Yeah. I mean, for unskilled. Like, if you were to try to hire an officer of some sort, like if you tried to hire a master gunner, for instance, that would be more.
Right.
But just a regular
if she turns
crewman
out
is 2 silver a day.
If she turns out to be a really good helmsman or something, then we can give more.
Yeah,
but
no, it's up to you after that. But typically, the standard rate is 2 silver a day. Some ships pay less.
I'll kind of look
ships
at
pay
everyone
more,
else.
Is all I'm saying.
Everyone else good with that?
Yeah,
I'm kind of giving them a look.
Yeah.
No, Finn's eye kind of comes up a little. It's like, well, you see, Katrina, this is you'll make good money. You'll give it a few months, and you'll be able to probably, pay your way to anything you want. And she kind of looks like a little down, a little bit, not super down. And that's when True kind of is like, oh, so you are getting me help.
I was thinking of you the whole time, True. Marcus says with a smile.
I don't necessarily believe you, but what was your name? Kat? Is that what you said? Katrina was like, yeah, you can call me Kat. That's fine. Yeah, I think this is probably, yeah, pal, this will be fine. I'll try to. Hopefully, we'll be. When are we shipping out? Is what she says to you guys.
Within a few days, we got to get the rest of our crew together and solve some other problems.
All right. Well, I'll be back for dinner tonight. Then is what she says to Finn. But I need to get used to this place first. Or Katrina or True is like, nah, I don't think you'll be able to get back to dinner tonight. I'm going to work you raw, girl.
She's pretty tough.
You're gonna have
stay on the raw A.
You're gonna wish. I don't know who. You're gonna wish your muscles had muscles by the time I'm done with you.
How does Kat react to that?
She kind of looks like, we're gonna start you off with swabbing the deck here. For whatever reason, the guy who was watching this place the previous night left blood all over the deck as she's staring at Hylough.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
So we're gonna start there. So let's get going. For today, your name is Swab and nothing else. And True takes Kat and takes her over to a mop bucket and gets her started on swabbing the deck.
Nice.
Finn kind of like looks a little alarmed for a minute, and then he's like, okay.
Dresd'a goes up to Finn and says, she's got a good heart. We'll take care of her. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you say, Cole?
You and me both.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take my boat, try to get it set back up so I can get fishing in, because I can't really miss the day if I can help it. But thank you again. Hopefully she'll work out.
I'm sure she will.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
You are.
Yeah, we can definitely see it.
Wait.
All right. Finn heads back down and takes his nets that Dresd'a took and kind of puts them in.
They have to try to yank him out of Dresd'a's hands. Look at it.
And then gets the sail going, and he starts sailing off out towards into the bay. Given the time, like normally he would have been out maybe an hour or two earlier. So more than likely he's just going to be into the bay just trying to get some stuff quickly. What are you guys doing next? As you can hear True shouting orders at Katrina.
Well, I'm going to get off the ship so True won't shout orders at us. That's my plan.
All right.
So what do you want? So what are our options, guys? What do you think?
What to do today?
We can go talk to the dude, or we can go sell our ale right now.
Yeah,
and we could go talk to. We could go get the. Look at the house where they may be holding the eggs. We could go talk to the archaeologist because we don't know if we didn't find out if he skipped town or not, right?
Lion?
No,
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
came back and no one ever came to you. So you could either go talk to, you could either go to the salvage place and see if he's there. Salvage,
Well-
not archaeology, by the way.
Right. Sorry. Yeah. I don't
Or
know
you
why I
could
keep
go
saying that.
to the guardhouse and ask Kewen. It's up to you guys.
Well, if we go to the salvage place and he's gone, we could always, or we could just it'd make it easier to search.
Yeah,
think?
we could
That
just
is true.
bust in, see if we can find her. Yeah, we got the law behind us, so let's go do that.
Yeah.
Please don't say that. I don't ever want to. Marcus says I don't want to ever hear that again, and he starts walking off the ship.
All right, where are you guys headed then?
The lions.
I,
Yeah.
All right, so you guys head off the ship and head west down the docks, kind of coming around to the
Yeah.
western
I
side.
would like to come too.
Is that everybody going?
I think we're all going, right?
Yeah.
All right, it takes
strength in
takes
numbers.
you about
I'm gonna go with, but I'm gonna be walking parallel by myself.
okay. You guys, it takes about 10 minutes to get there. At a certain point, walking parallel doesn't make sense, so you kind of fold back in because the docks get a bit more sparse over there.
And I think we could sell the ale. The ale will probably be better to sell in the afternoon or evening when the manager's there. Is my thought on that one. So
You, as you guys come around, you see as you're coming around the docks, the only salvage trawler you see is the smaller one, the one with that you saw the halflings on. You don't see the other one. And as you get closer to the warehouse, you notice that there's an Argent Watch outside it. The main warehouse door is closed, but there's an Argent Watch guy standing outside. Who's giving you an eye as you guys start to approach.
oh, it's all you, buddy.
Me?
Blast the badge.
Yeah, I got the badge. So we don't recognize this guy.
No,
that's
I
standing
mean,
there.
there's
He's
plenty
just
of
another
Argent
one.
Watch, so he's another mook.
So I flash the badge and say, "Hey,
Flash the badge. He's like,
do you know where the is?" So I guess Lion is gone.
yeah. Connell came last night and found the place closed up and the ship gone.
Okay,
Who are you again?
we're on special mission from the captain. We're from the Widowmaker.
Okay. All right. You get the feeling this guy is not super bright, but
I also think this guy gets the feeling that we can't just answer questions straight on.
well, that's the different issue. Yeah, I mean, so we're watching the thing. Kewen's gonna send some group. Wait, did you say
I believe
Widowmaker?
that's us.
Yes.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah, that would be us.
Oh,
Marcus here. He's the one that.
Marcus. That's the name I was
And
told.
the crew of the Widowmaker. Yes. That's
Well,
us.
you're supposed to be allowed inside and take a look.
That's right. Well, we were going to go whether you said
Good.
so or not.
No,
So
well, thank you for allowing
Yeah.
us to go in.
thank you, Rhux. I'm glad someone else did that.
I'm not letting this go to my head.
Kinda-
I, just let you
Not at
know,
all.
I have not changed a bit. Everything else is changing.
He kind of looks
Yeah,
at
of
you.
course,
He
everything
looks
else
at
is-
you
The world's
oddly
just getting
for a
darker.
second, and then he just kind of like shakes his head a little bit, like nah. And then he's like, "All right, here you go." And he opens up the door, the single door. Like there's the main doors for putting cargo and stuff in, but he opens up a smaller door onto the side and says, "All right, have at it, specialists."
Of course. Thank you. Going in.
You guys head inside.
That being us.
The warehouse has a
We're
few
pretty special.
windows, but it is somewhat dark in here with the main door closed. It's somewhat similar to the way when you left it. Whatever they were working on, the like bathysphere like spell that they were working on is not here. Like that's gone. But otherwise, for the most part, the rest of it looks the same. Like there's some cargo, there's some boxes and stuff all over the place. There's still those tanks over in the back corner. You can see a bunch of tools and stuff on various benches and things like that. Anything in particular you guys want to look for? What do you want to do?
I'm looking for papers. Anything that might document what
Yeah,
he
you
Okay,
go
so
to the
you head to
office.
sort of an office over into the side. Looking through the office, you kind of start, tearing things apart. Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
And
Can that be both of
only
us?
one
or
of
just
only
him?
one of you just with
I'd
advantage.
like to do it then if you guys are cool with
Only
that.
one of you with advantage. Just one's helping the other. That's fine.
Okay, you do it. You're gonna roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you had advantage. 18 is much better than an 8.
Well, I've even got expertise in it, and I still could have rolled crap.
So you guys are starting to look around when Marcus, you kind of go through some a desk, and there are some scrolls and stuff in there that kind of detail some of the things that they found as you're looking through them. But as you're kind of going through there, you realize, wait, this particular drawer.
Does it fit directly?
No, it does, but it seems way too. When you put your hand in there, it doesn't seem like it's going all the way to the bottom.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna check for traps and then try to open it.
Give me an investigation check for the check for traps.
Do I still have advantage?
No, because this one's on your own.
Okay.
It's still a good 17. Looking through it, you look around for a bit, and you're just about to say, this thing's perfectly fine. I'll just pop it open. When you notice that next to where the because of this investigation at the same time, next to where there's a little button, there's also a very small hole. At this point in time, you think that there's definitely a trap of some sort there, next to where you would potentially press the button to pop open whatever this false bottom is.
Look at Hylough, think about maybe just telling him to open it, and then
okay.
But
Sure.
but then go ahead and try to disarm the trap.
Okay, give me a
I have
dexterity
thieves
check
tools. I don't know
with
if that
thieves
matters.
Tools. Yeah, if you have
I am
if you're
specialized or whatever. Yeah, I
if
am.
you're proficient in it, you can add your proficiency. And if you're specialized, it's
Well, I just have the first
Okay,
level
so then
of
you
thieves
can add
tools.
your proficiency to a dexterity check.
Okay.
So
That's
plus-
not awful.
Well,
That's
plus your dexterity.
Well, that is my dexterity, and the proficiency is +3, so
All right,
16 net.
So 16. No, 17.
Yeah, I rolled an 11. Oh yeah, 17.
17. All right, so it takes you a little bit to. You're like gingerly trying to figure out how you might disarm this trap because you're not exactly sure where it is. You're just pretty sure that whatever that little hole is going to do something.
Yeah.
So it takes you a bit, but you finally just hit upon the thought of just taking one of your thieves picks, just sticking it in the hole. And that's what you do. And you're like, you're pretty sure that's probably going to solve the problem.
Okay.
And then
Try to open it.
And then you turn to Hylough and say, "Hi, Hylough, could you press this button?" No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
You can open
No,
it.
I won't do
Marcus, you press the button and you hear a plink, like you hear like a spring release, but you also hear a pling as your little thief pick, your pick.
It's launched.
No, it goes up just a little bit as if something hit it from below.
Yeah.
But it doesn't go out of the thing. It just goes up a bit. And then the whole false bottom kind of comes loose and you're able to pull it out. Once you do that, you see that there's a mechanism right underneath there that shot a needle of some sort, and it's down into the thing. But what's also in there is several other scrolls,
The real books.
as well as a small lockbox.
Oh yeah. Show Hylough the scrolls and whoever else is looking, and then I'll start looking for a trap on the lockbox.
Okay. Hylough, Marcus gives you a whole bunch of scrolls.
All right. I start reading.
Okay.
Start
You start
flipping
looking
through
through
them.
the
And
scrolls.
anyone else who wants to look. I mean, I'm not
I
Looking
shall
for
assist in the looking.
All right,
Yeah.
you guys start going through the various scrolls. They are a ledger of some sort. He's not wrong with the book sort of thing. They're a ledger of some sort, but they're a ledger of items sold to various people, or at least you think they're people, because there's clearly some kind of code or something like that in this set of books. Like there's no direct. It's not like somebody like you're pretty sure it's a ledger saying this was sold for this amount to this thing or this entity, this person, but the person names they don't make sense. They're things like tea leaf or crystal ball. Like they're clearly just pseudonyms or a mnemonic device or something, some kind of code so that they know who it is, but not necessarily
give it away.
Right.
And there's like 6 scrolls of this stuff. And some of the stuff they're selling are things like various statues and artifacts and things like that. Clearly, those are some of the things. Other things are like fish, like different fish. You see that lovely. You see a spot about 2 weeks ago where there's a fish, a 24 fish sold, 24 bluefish, blue sunfish sold to the golden statue for about 500 gold pieces, gold marks.
The golden statue.
Yeah, that's what it says. That's the thing in the third column. Like it's the item, how much was sold for, and then you assume it's who they sold it to. Based on.
So I wonder if there's like a
but it's a wide. Real quick,
something.
There's a wide variety of different things. Like some of it's just like salvaged artifacts and things like that. Some of it's like this is kind of funny. Some of it's what they call ancient gold marks or Malazan coins. Those are you look at that one for a second, Hylough, and you're like, wait, they just sold 20 of those Malazan coins for 200 gold marks.
How much did we get for those?
Remember, you had 24 of them. You had 12 bags, 12 of 24, 12 of 20, and you sold them for 250 gold. Now, maybe they're not the same coins, but that one certainly rings a bell for you, Hylough, in some sense. Things like that. And then in the last one that you're kind of looking at, Aaron, and Iylis, I'll get back to you in 1 second. That one seems a little bit odd because that one seems to talk about, like, even the first column seems to be code. Like you don't know of anybody who sells sandpipers. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, okay.
That's probably the very illegal stuff.
Anyway, Iylis, what you were saying?
I was wondering if we could find another ledger around here that potentially translates all this stuff, or if maybe he keeps it on his person.
Good question.
Or in his head.
Yeah.
Marcus, give me an investigation check while those guys are talking.
Okay.
You guys can continue talking. There doesn't seem to be anything on the lockbox.
I'm gonna keep looking around though.
I'll open the lockbox.
Right. Dexterity.
Find something like that.
Plus proficiency.
In the other papers or whatever.
Okay, this will work. Oh, nice.
Within seconds, plink, and pops open, and inside you see a tray with 3 columns in it. One column has a bunch of gold marks, another column has a bunch of silver marks, and another column has a much smaller number of platinum marks.
Approximately.
We could take them.
Approximately how many did it have? And yes, I phrased that correctly. Did it have? Actually, I don't want does Hylough look at it? That depends on if I'm going to sleight of hand it or not before Hylough can get a couple. I'm going to go ahead and sleight of hand and take about half of the platinum marks.
Okay. So there are what is currently in this thing is 50 gold marks, 50 silver marks, and there were 10 platinum.
Okay.
But clearly now there is only. What's your passive perception, Hylough?
Oh, I was looking at the scrolls.
Yeah, that's what I said. What's your passive perception?
Okay, it's 10.
And there's 5 platinum marks in.
Oh, cool! Wow, is that ours now?
Well, I mean,
I think it's ours.
we want to be honest about it, but yeah, I think it's ours. So yeah, I'll go ahead and
It's
this is what I
honestly
found. And I mean, we probably should leave a couple just so it doesn't look like we looted the place, right? But yeah, so we'll divide those. Hylough, you want this for the crew?
Sure.
And leave what, like 2 platinum, and we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why we
don't
need
clean
to
it
leave
out.
any because he's
Okay.
the one who fled.
That's true. I just didn't know if the town. Okay, let's just take it all. So,
Well, so give me an insight check on that, Aaron.
Oop. Okay.
Somebody fled. Would they leave this lockbox and this incriminating evidence?
oh, that's true.
That's good.
Very, very true.
they may have just gone out on a salvage run. You know, that's may have been what their plans were. They may have left before we even raided the warehouse.
Well, either way, he's still a person
Oh yeah,
who
I'm not
has
saying you can't take the money.
gotten a whole bunch of people killed.
Yeah,
But it means he's probably, like you said, he's probably coming back.
Maybe he left before he could hear about the warehouse.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. So let's see here. So I'm gonna get down look underneath the desk and look for, maybe he's taped his passwords to something underneath there.
Well, let's can we copy them? I mean, we could leave them here. Does anyone?
I'm looking for the key, the translation key with Iylis. I think Iylis is looking for it too.
I mean, I feel like
give me another investigation check as you guys kind of start to look around.
Do you want me to do it, or do you guys want to do it? I mean, I'm okay.
I mean, I can do it.
I mean, if you're helping, then Hylough can take another roll.
Well, I'm looking for a specific thing.
Well, then Iylis, give me an actual roll yourself.
Okay.
This is perfectly fine. It's all good. Wow, you guys are almost rolled. You guys rolled the exact same number. Hilarious.
Nice.
Looking around, you kind of go through the office quite a bit and things like that. You don't find anything, either of you, that seems like it's
like a reference sheet.
Yeah.
Like nothing in the floorboards or anything like that.
Nothing you
No
can find,
loose
no.
floorboards.
Nothing that you can seem to find.
I'm gonna start. Can we write in this game?
What do you mean?
I mean, is it legible? Can I write the things down on the book so we can put the books back, but like put the high points?
When you take a language,
they're not books. They're
can
scrolls.
speak and read
The
it.
scrolls, yeah, that's true.
They're scrolls, but you can,
And you can also write it, I'm
you
pretty
can
sure.
write. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, Rhux's thought process was if they're going to come back, we could just sit in here and wait. As soon as he walks in the door, we could just say hello.
Well, we could, but we could also maybe stake it out and see if he makes a mistake.
He already made a mistake.
All we really need to know from this guy is who he sold this stuff to. That would be the easy thing. But if he's gone, we got to figure it out somehow. Anyway, we gotta go see if we can figure out who this person is.
I would wager if we could find someone. What was the golden? What was this one that he had the sunfish to? The most sunfish 2 weeks ago.
I don't.
What was the clue? Golden
gold,
something.
Like golden orb or.
Okay. I would say if we found that in that guy's house, maybe, or some like a giant golden orb,
right?
Or that may be his device. I don't know. Or we could just ask the captain if there's anyone like that. But just a thought. But yeah, I'm gonna start training. I'm just take notes and.
All right. Do you have paper and ink?
That would be a problem. Do they have paper and ink here? I would hope they would. Being an office.
Well,
I don't have it. No.
Okay. I mean, there's some scrolls.
Actually, I might.
Stuff,
Actually, hold on.
You might. I'm just asking if you do. I'm not saying that you
that
don't.
might be one of those stupid things that came with a pack, but no, it doesn't look like I did.
Okay. Then looking around the office, you don't see any, like, you could probably take some other paper that's currently got stuff on one side and write it on the other. But that
I'll
would
do
mean you're
that.
still going to take something from the office.
Yeah, but it's not as. I mean, there's probably papers that aren't in that area that aren't important that could have just blown off or something.
All right.
Um,
You're probably not going to be able to find enough to take down all of the.
No, I know. I'm just going to take the larger amounts and the stuff that deals with the fish and anything that. Actually, can I roll an insight to see if I can see some pattern or something that might
Sure.
jump out at me here? Or can I help someone? I'll look at Hylough. Do you see any patterns here? Maybe he has a better insight than me.
Yeah, I want to look at, see if there is. I mean, okay, so the one ledger was more cryptic because even the items were
Yes.
weird, right?
Yep.
Okay, and does it have dates though in it that are?
That one
known?
doesn't seem to have any. Well, yeah, they all still have dates. Yes.
Okay, is there anything with the same dates as the sunfish dates? Any ledger lines with
that
that?
particular one. Ooh, that's a good question.
Good call. You're just not a pretty face.
Yeah, I know.
Short answer.
No,
is,
I mean you're really not a pretty face.
I know.
Short answer is.
I get it.
That there is nothing on that same date,
Or soon after.
but
Or the same people, the same names.
But there is the last entry on that particular one was 2 days ago.
That's when we found the splat on the, or we found that yesterday or whatever.
Oh, it does make sense that they just attacked yesterday because they probably just lost the eggs 2 days ago, maybe.
Okay.
What does that line say? The last line.
It says 2 honchos, 150 gold marks. And it says meaty shore. And because I'm an idiot, the one that was about the golden, the sunfish also should have been meaty shore.
Okay. MEATY shore?
Yeah, meaty shore, as in, meat.
Shore. Right. Okay. Just making sure I got that right.
Yep.
Can I do like an intelligence check to see if there's like any anagram for the plantation dude's name?
I will give whoever's doing that advantage. I mean, whoever, just because I don't want to roll anymore, and you probably have better stats than I do for that.
Well, how are you giving me an advantage for an intelligence check?
Well, I'm like, hey, well, what about this? Or, just giving him, well, I think I see a pattern here. What do you think about it?
No, this one's going to be his own pattern matching, so
okay,
no advantage.
Well, then can I roll for my own pattern?
Somebody else can roll, yes. They can.
Well, I mean, I don't mind rolling myself. I just wanted to give an advantage if I could.
No, you can roll yourself. It's fine. Yeah,
I do not see any anagrams.
There's no anagram there for sure. Nothing's.
So what do I think? What do I think? What do we think? 2 honchos versus meaty shore. Is it? Which is the item and which is the person?
Well,
possibly?
in the other particular scrolls, the item has always been on the left, and whoever it was being sold to has been on the right.
Well, then is there anything else that says 2 honchos?
Intelligence.
It's intelligence. You're trying to figure out a puzzle, so it's intelligence.
Nope.
Yeah, nothing's jumping out at you there either. It's just not enough information.
Rhux is going to come up and take a gander.
Okay, Rhux looks around.
Well, meaty. Could meaty be a butcher?
Easily. Good call.
Is there anything else that says 2 honchos?
No. Well,
okay.
In the cryptic one, yes, honcho is in several places.
Okay.
On several lines, just not every.
Yeah, I'll write those specifically down. The honcho lines, wherever they appear.
Rhux, what was your intelligence check for?
He's taking a gander at figuring out the anagram stuff that they were trying to do.
There's no anagram there, but there is something you do notice. At least for the right column, for the things that every single word there is, every single thing written down there is 2 words across all of the scrolls.
Uh-huh.
And that's what we think the person,
yes,
possibly the person name is the 2 words. Okay.
Well, it's That's what your guessing is, yes. I mean, looking at some of the other scrolls that you found that were outside of the hidden spot, some of those things are clearly bills of sale or ledgers kind of things, and they are what was sold for how much to whom. So you can only assume that they did it the same way.
Right.
Well, then if I'm noticing this, can I try to swirl around the letters meaty shore into a name I recognize?
You try that, and no, it doesn't come up with anything.
Because that is the name one, right? That's not the item.
Right.
That's right.
No, the item meaty shore is on 2 different sheets. On one sheet, the item is 24 blue sunfish. On the other sheet, it's 2 haunches.
Two haunches, maybe 2 leaders. Does he actually know that they're leader eggs? Huh. Okay, I'm gonna go on back down and let y'all can. I'm gonna search the rest of the place.
Didn't they say that plantation guy owned some other thing?
Yeah, he owned several things.
Didn't he own something up a river or something?
Well,
plantations.
Yeah, he said they weren't sure where the plantation.
But all the plantations are outside the city.
The warehouse was on the river. I think that was one of the things.
Yeah, warehouse on the river. Like
I think that was mentioned last
just
time.
To give you an idea.
Well, because they
bring this up real quick. So all the plantations. This map is a little bit old. All the plantations are here. They lead up in the city and they're around here, and there's a few over here, but for the most part, the plantations are this area.
Well, could you call that meaty shore then? Because it makes a lot of money, I guess. It's a lot of items.
Possibly, although I think the butcher thing makes more sense. That potentially,
it's simply because we have a missing butcher that might be connected to this. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot.
The other thing was that when we were rescuing the other people, they said that what's his name, the guy we could talk to us. They said the other guy would take people upriver. So I don't know what upriver means. I'm assuming it's up that river.
The river is here.
So there might be something upriver we should go look at.
Yes. So also remember, the city isn't this big on the map. Like it's a little tiny dot here. So there are plantations all the way around. Kind of. It's like there's cliffs on the edge of this because it's not all over the place, but there are cliffs. There's also some small villages on some of these things. But plantations are around the whole thing here.
Yes. So, I mean, one thought is the butcher. Another thought is he did say that he sold sunfish to Martin Sklar.
Yeah, and if they're the same person,
specifically said that, and that's the same one that had the. He had them in his warehouse. So, I mean, his name keeps coming around. So, that's one thing we should check out.
He's the eggs, was one of the eggs we gave back larger than the rest of them, or they were all the same size?
No, they're all the same size. I mean, there's some variation, but they're all pretty much the same size.
There's nothing that screams out this is a chieftain egg or something like that. They're all okay. I didn't think so. Just throwing it out there.
No.
Well,
you guys continue to look around the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll reset. Should I reset the trap? Nah, I'll just relock
you put the
it
thing back in, and you lock everything back in, and
after I've written stuff down, unless you guys want to look at it more. I mean,
no.
Continue looking around the warehouse. Give me another investigation check because you're just kind of looking around the warehouse.
Each of us,
or whoever's looking around the warehouse. Like somebody had mentioned there. Well, Rhux could give me one with advantage because he was looking around before he came over to the office. So let's do that. Give him his chance. I don't know what Praedyth's doing, but
nice, Rhux.
Rhux, you kind of looked around the whole place. There's nothing obviously going on in there. Like you do notice that the water that's in the tanks, which you guys didn't get a chance to look at really the last time, is definitely salt water. It's not fresh water or anything like that. You get a better look at the little splash, little bluish kind of greenish thing that was on the ground that you saw the previous day.
it's pretty clear that it's probably one of those eggs from your perusal over it. Probably somebody, as they were taking them out of the tank here, just dropped one and it just splattered on the floor. That's I mean, otherwise the warehouse looks like a normal, like you would expect for a salvage operation.
Are there any cages?
No, there are no cages.
Okay.
And the salt tanks are all empty.
Well, there's water in them, but there's nothing else.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's nothing else.
You do find a few things that are typical salvage things. Like you find what at least seems to be a crate, and which is open, which has some straw in it, which has a couple artifacts of some sort. Like they look like they look like stone idols with a bunch of barnacles and stuff on them, like they just haven't been cleaned off or anything like that. So there's clearly some stuff, like clearly this guy does do salvage and does search for things. But none of the really expensive stuff is here from what it looks like.
Are there any that are closed that look like they're about to go out? Or
no, do remember that he said that he hadn't been able to really get much in the last month or so.
Right, that's why he was doing the fish.
That's why he was doing the fish.
Let's see if we can find Martin's floor.
Well, I want to go across and talk to the other boat.
All right,
you might be able to tell us where they went.
Finish your kind of search of there and head out. Come out of the thing. The one guy's like, "Well, did you find anything interesting, specialists?"
We sure did.
Oh,
didn't really find anything.
Okay. All right, wait.
I'm just gonna ignore him and go across to the other ship.
He closes the door behind you guys as you guys head off and start heading to the ship. And as you're heading over to the other salvage ship with the halflings, we're going to stop there because it is basically.
Okay, I see a rivalry happening between Hylough and this one goofy guard.
Yeah. That's right.
We will stop there as the mystery has kind of reached a point where you guys have a lot of information and just haven't quite put everything together yet.
No.
Right.
The butcher shop wasn't named. Was the butcher shop had a name to it?
You didn't get one from him. You just
didn't get it.
The butcher
Okay.
was missing. And we'll pick it up next time.